First millennium. Henry Cavill, his spirit resonating throughout the Chaos realms, has just struck a tentative deal with Amazon to adapt this shit. So let's do this!
Yay!
Deep within the Coronis expanse, a valiant vessel, crewed by thousands, sails through the dark night. A dark and starry night, in fact. On a direct path with the war world of Zaith, where they hope to uncover traces of a map that shall lead them towards the mythical treasure of the Dread Pearl. Success means that everyone aboard the ship becomes even more rich than they already are. Failure means death and anonymity, and their ship drifting in the cold, lifeless void as another space hulk. At least, that would be the case. Were not for the fact, by some divine act of providence and, terrible time management on the part of the DM, that their little voyage hadn't coincided with the imperial holiday of Sanguinala.
Yippee!
Sanguinala! The one time of year the entire Imperium sets down their trowels, their truncheons, their lasers, and their autoquills to mourn one of the great golden childs of the God Emperor himself. 10,000 years ago, the Primarch of the Blood Angels Legion, a man from the planet Baal, known as Sanguinius. Fair and golden-haired was he, joyous and noble, and perhaps one of the greatest champions mankind ever knew. Clad in crimson and wreathed in wings of gold and white, he was an angel come to save mankind from the darkness of the galaxy. He was one of the greatest warriors, poets, scholars, and heroes humanity has ever known, until he fell in combat against the vile arch-traitor, Horus Lupercal. And his death could not have been more nobler, for he died shielding his father from a killing blow. In a single act of valiance, he sacrificed his life to save humanity in the darkest days of the Horus Heresy. To commemorate his sacrifice, the people of the Imperium gather to air grievances, exchange gifts, and remember the fallen. And a lovely holiday that is in no way related to Christmas whatsoever, despite the abundance of red and white everywhere.
No, not at all. Of course not.
Food.
Not at all. Also, my fucking tablet pen is dead, so I need to go grab my sketchbook. I'll be right back.
So, festivities are now in full swing aboard the Velvet Glove. Thanks to the humble work of the many priests of the Ministorum aboard your ship, led by none other than, let me see, what was his name? Oh, I don't think I actually posted. No, it is here. Archdeacon Maximilian Osmond of the Adeptus Ministorum is leading the celebrations, directing the crew to hang offerings and sigils and vigils and effigies dedicated to Sanguinius. Everyone is wearing a nice red and white hat. Gifts and pleasantries are being exchanged on every deck of the ship. And on the bridge of the Velvet Glove, we find our crew's leaders. Captain Useless Grant, Cadium Light, Beck, Ark, and Zayden Zava all gather around the holodeck, and they see how the ship continues on into the expanse of the void, celebrating Sanguinala. You have the floor.
Cadium is very loudly playing Christmas music over the loudspeakers, and it's annoying.
You mean
everybody.
Sanguinala music?
Cadium is very loudly playing Sanguinala music over the loudspeakers, and no one's happy about it because the same like 10 songs have been on repeat for the past 2 days, and no one's happy about it. There's not much he can do about it. I mean, there is. He won't.
Will, I sent you the Sanguinala music.
I was about to ask about that.
Okay, and here we go.
The same 10 tracks, over and over, in different orders. Huzzah.
It should be going in a bit.
Okay.
There it is.
Isn't it like canon that Cadium is a massive choir fanboy?
Yes, he is actually.
Perfect. This is so Cadium core.
Yeah, he's a humongous, he's a humongous choir fanboy. His favorite singer, of course, she sang all these songs. It's obnoxious.
Oh, Cadium is blaring music on the ship intercom, and some people are cool with it, others aren't. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Well, does this ship need piloting at this moment? Or are we going to anywhere specific?
You guys are still, and of course, you're no longer in the warp, so yeah, you're in real space now. You're still flying it towards planet Zaith.
Are there any board games we could be playing? Like, Fiddlesticks with shotguns, or Monopoly, but, with actual people's lives.
What?
And real money.
There's people chess.
People chess? Yeah,
People
that's playing
chess!
people chess with,
People of chess!
with Grant.
ZZ has tarot cards as well.
Yeah, but those are used. The Emperor's Tarot is not used for card games. It's used for psychic powers and divination.
It's also used for card games.
Okay.
There's regular decks, and then there's fortune telling decks. I'd say that ZZ has both.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Just try not to get the cards mixed up.
I bet it's like those things, like, you know how some cards have blue backs and some have like red? Kind of like that. So there's a visual difference.
People chess.
Blue before red, you're better off dead. Red before blue, you wish your head didn't flew.
Huh?
Yeah, nothing.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's what that's doing. Just a nice game of people chess.
Against Grant?
Yeah.
Oh, in this instance, like, Grant would have played with you in the past, but right now he's currently just walking around, discussing ideas with other people for the holiday.
Yeah, but... Well, then we could just say that you're playing against the ship's high factotum.
That'd be really funny.
You're playing people chess against the quartermaster, the entire ship.
Can't see my poker face because I have no face. Wow.
I thought you were playing people chess.
Well, yeah, it's just people chess. Yes. Yeah.
You can have a poker face for chess.
Yeah. You
not
can't
checkers.
see where I'm moving.
You can't see where I'm moving, but then I call out where I want my guy to move.
Some poor serf dressed in like a very ridiculous knight costume just has to go and capture pawn 3.
Only to get taken because Beck didn't see that he was actually blundering to a bishop across the board.
Never. I never blunder across for a bishop. It's the fucking castles that get me.
Rooks?
Yeah.
Yes, the castles.
What? There's knights, bishops, and castles.
Grant is just gonna remember the
Yes,
time when Beck played against Sherman, like where it would use its tongue to move the pieces.
People chess isn't regular chess, it's just a whole ass room
actual
full
people.
of people dressed as the pieces.
Yeah, it's not actual chess. It's like
It's like the chess game
People.
in Harry Potter.
As this
Except
is
it says
going down,
music.
I send an aide away to make sure that the Ogren are going to get plenty of food for the festivities. As I walk up to Ark.
Ark, we had that journal or whatever that, did I actually ever decode that last session?
You managed to, I believe so.
Right. Yeah, we did,
It was
yeah.
about sightings of a very specific alien race.
Right,
across the
yes.
Cronus
Okay.
Expanse.
Yeah, the Uvath. Whatever it's called.
The Uvath, yes, the weird guys.
Yeah,
The
the
guys
weird
that
guys with the boom boom orbs and shit. Yeah,
The guys who are supposed to be extinct, yes.
but their technology is still scattered across the expanse. Yes, them.
And canonically, we haven't gotten a straight answer whether or not they're actually extinct.
Yep.
Yes.
Anyway,
As I walk up to
Well,
Ark,
I'm trying to think about what Ark's doing.
well, think about that. Oh, okay. I'll wait till what your character's doing. I'm assuming we're on the bridge.
You guys are all more or less on the bridge. Beck is on a deck beneath the bridge, which has a very large room for people chests.
I love that. Is it now canon that the Velvet Glove has a room for people chests?
I mean, rogue
Yeah.
traders you have to entertain heads of state sometimes, and there is nothing more visually impressive than having a room full of people dressed up as chess pieces and like, you want to play people chess?
This
No one dies, which is kind of the boring part, but it's kind of fun just telling people what to do.
This just screams rich fuck energy of like the people who what was it? Of rich people who hire like models.
Are
to
the
be,
rich fucks.
Some ed off of for like sushi and that kind of thing.
We
Oh,
are
yeah.
rich fucks.
Sushi on the body.
Yeah.
So, as it happens, whatever Ark is doing, Grant is just going to stand by Ark. He's going to go, is this a horrible waste of expenses and usage of crew, Ark?
Ark would probably actually right now be basically, I'd assume, how long would we have been in the warp / how long has it been since we started the, endeavor at the drug water planet? I forget what
it's been like 4 days since you guys left Vaporeous. 3 of those were spent in the warp. You guys are just
Okay.
readjusting to head into the warp again.
Okay. Ark is probably basically checking some of the first reports that are coming in of basically, people snapping, basically about how people are dealing with, withdrawal, how the city-state is starting to be reorganized, etc., etc. And as he's basically, like, shuffling papers around, organizing them, he kind of looks up. I mean, how much are you planning on spending? Because that will influence my answer.
And then from there, as Grant is basically holding like what do you call like those coffee bugs, like it's like a water bottle for coffee. It's full of hot chocolate.
Thermos.
Yeah, a thermos.
A thermos.
And
Yeah,
then-
you have a thermos.
Yeah, a thermos with a really big ass straw coming out of it. As he goes, as he looks like a cutaway where two people are on the screen, and then the cutaway it shows them looking at something else. And there's a big ass crate full of hot chocolate being sent directly toward the Oberon. I think we're actually quite under budget.
Brent, how much hot chocolate did you order?
As I turn around, all of it, and I take a long sip out of my little twirly straw.
Ark just kind of opens up a filing cabinet, basically flips through the past, couple weeks' expenses, eventually finds where he put, the stuff that, the, log on rations during the last resupply, and he kind of looks through, basically takes out a stack of papers, flips through them, and eventually finds something. It just kind of looks up to Grant. Yeah, you weren't kidding, huh? You really did. It says here, a note from the quartermaster that you in fact did order all of the hot chocolate from the last supply post. Which, by the way, pretty expensive. I mean, we have plenty of money, but Grant, could you please refrain from ordering copious amounts of unnecessary drinks at the next station?
Well, the thing about that is that we need to get rid of the eggnog before it's spoiled, and the ogre are more than happy to take care of it. Grunt especially.
Well, hot chocolate is in, the little packets, so it's fine, but... What? Wait. How much spoilable eggnog do you have sitting in the hold right now?
As he, looks behind himself again, there's, a dozen men pushing, a crate where there's no, wheels on it. And there's,
Push! Push! Push!
Yeah, we're getting rid of it. It's to a good cause, by the way. As I walk away, and there's, Sherman on my shoulder, and he has a little hat.
Ribbit.
And I go, Everything's going well. Anyways, let me look. So, how's the festivities are going? And then I'm essentially prepared. That'll be my cutaway for the rest of the party.
Easy, what are you doing on Sanguinala this eve?
So the original plan was to be chasing Sherman around. However,
Grant had Sherman.
I mean,
There
Grant
was the
has Sherman.
snake
I mean,
that was on
That's
what's his
true.
face, Octus's head.
I mean, as I start talking about like what's it called of logistics, Sherman can jump off my shoulder and the camera follows Sherman.
Wait, did the snake disappear? I can't remember.
It's somewhere.
There you go.
The snake is somewhere.
It's so that's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a snake. No need to be worried about it. Like, it's just a
We're
harmless
worried
burp
for
snake.
Octus.
It's a
Take it away,
harmless
Zizi.
snake, but Octus hates snakes. He's Indiana Jones.
Take it away,
Has Easy
Zizi.
found the snake?
No.
Lovely.
Does
Octus
Zizi
is
want
still in the
help finding
navigator's tower.
the snake? I pick up.
I'll say this. Octus is in the navigator's tower, just like taking a quick sabbatical before he needs to work again.
Uh-huh. Is the snake in the navigator tower?
You checked, it's not there.
Damn it. Zizi is trying to get Sherman to stay so long enough to pet the toad. The toad does not want to be pet.
Nope. The toad has not removed itself from Captain Grant's side yet.
Damn it.
Doesn't want your skin oils fucking up his internal his skin biome or whatever.
Breathing?
Her breathing.
Because amphibians breathe through their skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zizi has to wash their hands first.
Okay, so no toad plan. Probably just trying to not cause general chaos and accidentally causing general chaos just because of their existence.
I have an idea.
Uh-oh.
So, Art technically isn't in his office, which means all of his paperwork is sitting, there's an entire filing cabinet and a whole bunch of folders on his
Yep.
desk, and we've talked to DMs about
Yep.
ZZ and Art's papers.
Yep. I have an idea. Okay, so ZZ is going to walk up to Ark holding some random object that they stole from his office.
What would this object be?
Probably a plant of some sort.
I mean, Art doesn't really keep
Or a
plants.
very shiny rock that they
Yeah, I was gonna say, he does probably have a collection of, expensive metals that he just keeps on a shelf because he can.
Yeah. I found a thing.
ZZ,
Yes?
I thought I told... the door was supposed to be locked.
Uh-huh.
Because all the drunk ogrins can't be trusted in there.
Uh-huh.
Did you lock the door when you took that?
Yeah.
Okay, second question. Why did you take that?
Because shiny. And also because it's been stealing from you.
You could steal from anyone else in the ship. I'm sure that Cadium has plenty of things to steal. Like, the radio
Cadium-
controls.
Adia puts me in air jail if I get too close to his stuff.
That's actually really funny.
He can pick ZZ up with his mechadendrites.
Oh yeah, I forgot you can do that.
So yeah, air
Air
jail. Air jail.
Keep going, I guess.
So shiny rock, also papers. What
Do
you
not touch
doing?
those.
What you doing?
Dealing with the fact that Grant bought way too many crates of eggnog and way too many things of hot chocolate, and currently figuring out exactly how much money he spent.
He's just gonna pocket the random shiny object that they found and pick up a piece of paper from one of the stacks.
No, put that back! What is that? What did you just pick up?
Weaponry logs?
Ah, yes, the footfall bolters that Grant ordered.
That. And I'm gonna put it down in a completely different stack.
Ark immediately snatches it up and basically shoves it back in the folder it belongs, and then puts that folder in the filing cabinet, just with the most spiteful look on his face. Please stop messing things up. The quartermaster and I spent way too long organizing these after, you know, the fact that the ship had been disarray due to the last seneschal,
Dying?
He died from a particularly ravenous squig on Mordax Prime with a lot of other
yeah,
people.
due to the, Mordax Prime incident.
He popped.
No, more like probably he was eaten alive, ZZ.
Yeah, stomach. You chew someone, and then they pop. Many times. Into little pieces.
As you guys are talking, that's when Grant will start to walk behind and catch up to the both of you going, so hi ZZ, as he walks up and he basically ruffles his hair.
Hey! Hi, Captain.
Yeah.
I thought ZZ used they them pronouns.
Ew!
I'm just gonna use he because that's how I remember the character. Anyways, moving on.
Fair.
And then from there he goes, here you go. Supposedly this is something people used to do. As I hand him a red blood king,
A red what?
a crimson red king.
Instead of candy cane Tam.
Oh!
Because it's
Yeah.
Sanguinala. Sanguine, as in, you know.
Red,
This is
as
the
in
copy.
blood.
Yeah. This
Ark is not in his office! Skip, this has been established!
No, I know.
What was it? Totally nondescript candy cane.
He would do that
Trademark.
though. That's why ZZ can't leave the door open to Ark's office. Is Cadden will go in there, put a speaker in there, and at random hours of the day, blast the loudest, bassiest music you've ever heard directly into Ark's ears.
Skid, you know
So-
those Annoyatron things?
Yeah.
I feel like Cadium would just make a whole bunch of them and just
He
hide
would.
them around.
That's why Ark has his noise-canceling headphones that basically block
His
out
noise-
all sound.
His noise-canceling headphones, and also keeps his office locked. Even though Caddium
Yup.
can technically unlock the door, he just won't because that's a breach of privacy. But if the door
Yup.
is open, that's not a breach of privacy because
Exactly,
it's open, which means
so
he's
the door
invited
always
in.
has to be locked.
The door has to be locked. If it's not, Caddium will go in.
Anyways.
It's gonna be blocked.
So-
Or
Yeah,
He
Easy.
understands boundaries to the most
So,
bare
Z-
minimum extent.
So ZZ, from what I
Yes?
understand is that you put this in your mouth like you were using it for to smoke a
candy.
pipe, right? Yeah, candy. You use it as you're smoking a pipe. And back in the day, before the days of our ever so God Emperor, praise be, as I point to
Yes.
a massive portrait overlooking us, and then from there, I go. So back in those days, what they would do with these these Crimson Kings is that they would eat it, and if they ever were to
Give
be
it-
attacked by their enemies, as I shove it in your mouth. You suck on it long enough to the point that it creates a very nice jagged, a very nice pointed tip. So that way, if anyone ever attacks you during the festivities, you have a weapon to immediately use to stab them with. Quite ingenious, really. I wish half our rations could be converted into weapons like this.
Ark just kind of lets out a long sigh as he basically takes out a new blank sheet and starts scribbling on it. Food that can be converted into weaponry. Add that to the wish list. All right. Anything else, Captain?
Well, I'm not being quite serious, by the way. It's just, it's kind of unique, because last thing you ever want to do is come across a Nurgle worshiper where they're able to use projectile vomit as acid. We gotta think of something to fight back with food.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So,
Stabby candy and giant rock seeds.
yeah, stabbing candy. So anyways, just keep it in your mouth there for a little bit, and then you'll get a nice pointed tip. You can still eat it, by the way. I got plenty more. As I'm walking around handing them out to anyone who passes by. Even if someone doesn't have the hands to do it, as Grant is walking away, the soldiers who are pushing the crate of eggnog, even though they don't have open hands. What Grant does is that he uses like the rounded tip section, and he basically like latches it to their clothes as they walk by. Keep up the good work, men.
Yes, sir.
As they're going walk by. So
I feel like stabbing Octus is not going to be a good idea.
Please do not stab your father while he's on break. Or
Uncle.
Yes, however,
we kind of need him.
yeah, it's not gonna hurt him. He just has very bad awareness of his surroundings sometimes. He's really easy to sneak up on.
Grant's gonna walk to where's Cadium right now?
Cadium, he's probably sitting in his chair with the controls to all the
Speakers.
the speakers. He can just control that from his arm. He's probably just chilling with the machine spirits of the ship spinning in his chair, and drinking hot chocolate. Honestly,
As this kind of Grant's gonna walk up, he's gonna go, "Good job with the malfunctioning lights. Like the way how they flicker on and off like that. Supposedly that's festive.
I suppose it is festive. Breaking things is easier than fixing things.
That's certainly very true. I've broken my fair share of things and people.
Well, what I had do is I had the Ogren go and smash them, and then I fixed them only to 50%. 51.2% specifically.
Oh, okay. So is that why there's two things like are intertwined together, and they just see like a pile of duct tape?
Yeah.
I mean, if it works,
I could have done.
works.
I'll fix them when the holiday's over. Like fix them, 100% fix them.
Oh, here, I hand you a candy cane, or a
Thanks,
crimson
boss.
cane. Anyways, good job with the speakers. Everything's going quite well.
Thanks. By the way, do you know if Ark's office is unlocked?
Ark's
I need to
office?
put one in there. I need to put the speaker in his office.
And then from there,
Blank,
goes
blank,
normally.
blank.
So normally,
I can open it from this side.
Normally, so I have to tell you to probably not do that. However, what's the holiday again, Diego? What's the phrase?
Sanguinala.
Sanguinala.
And then from there, I hold up like a key and I go, "Happy Sanguinala."
Fuck yeah. Cadium puts down his hot chocolate on the floor because he's not going to put it on the control panel, and he runs off in the direction of Ark's office.
And as you
Speaker
put on the
in
floor,
hand.
I pick it up and I go like, so I'll take care of this as I walk away.
Thanks, boss.
Beck.
Speaker in Ark's office.
I pour hot chocolate upon the space helmet, and I make sipping sounds.
Across from you, High Factotum Bennington just looks at you and is like, "Everything all right?"
Not experienced many holidays. Mostly I'm just flying the ship.
Well, thank the God Emperor, you have people who can take over for you. Not many people can take over for me if I step away from the proverbial checkbooks. But there are some few leisures in life quite as enjoyable as people chess.
Yes. I took your bishop, by the way. It's you're in checkmate.
I wasn't paying attention. There's just a bunch of people standing to the side, just like sitting down, watching this go down.
Beck was secretly eating the pieces.
That would mean he was eating people.
The hot chocolate was a distraction.
Beck was secretly eating the pieces.
Oof. You know, I never quite caught on to something, Miss Master Beck.
What?
How does it feel to plug yourself into the ship to fly it?
I mean, feels natural. Like, I don't know, drinking this cup of hot chocolate. He then again pours on his space helmet.
Right, it's just... Oh, it's nothing. I've just grown curious is all. Alright. Best 2 out of 3, or would you like to leave it there for now?
I mean, I looked at my compatriots. Are they all doing dumb shit?
You're on your own. You're on a different floor than everyone else.
Alright.
You must know, Cadium is running to Ark's office with a set of keys to go in there and install several speakers underneath the desk, and inside the desk, and inside all the drawers, and in the walls, so that way he can bother Ark at all hours.
I think I'm good for another round. Not to touch
Excellent.
that. Yeah. Not to
Excellent.
touch that bomb.
House Valdine, when it still existed, was known for its extraordinary matches of people chess. Of course, unlike this ship, those games were for keeps. You see a number of the human chess pieces just like look at each other nervously, like, what's he mean for keeps?
Gotta run him through.
All right, places, everyone. Let's get the show back on the road. And then just like a bunch of people just like resume their positions again.
Alright, I'm done with that.
Meanwhile, Trade Colonel August, your trusty number 3, because Ark is your number 2, is looking over a series of control panels, just monitoring the ship's populations. Like, oh, jolly good, everything's all under control here. Now let's see. What's this blinking light? Oh, that's not good.
Would Ark and the Trade Colonel be near the same location?
Are you on the bridge?
Yeah.
Then yes.
Ark kind of looks over to him. What's not good?
Check here. This control panel. See these lights?
Yes.
Each one of them is connected to a tech priest we have working on the lower decks, maintaining control of the ship. So long as they report within a specific time frame to their specific stations, the lights are on. If someone fails to report in, that's usually indicative of a problem.
And a whole bunch of them are out.
No, actually. He punches the console and the lights flicker back on. There is one light, however, that remains off. This one is problematic for a number of reasons.
Which station is that one connected to?
Allow me to check. That belongs to, Plasma Maintenance Deck 38K Sol 4, which is close to the plasma conduits that generate power for this ship.
Ah. Interesting.
Isn't that close to the hole we found? The little hidey nook?
Out of context, I think so, yeah.
Diego?
Because that was also on deck 32, wasn't it?
Diego?
Do you ask this of Trade Colonel August?
Yeah, Art kind of
Yes!
looks to the control panel.
Trade Colonel.
Or the Trade Colonel. That's right near the hole we found the other day.
With the
By the abandoned wing, correct?
With that hidden communication system, yes. I will send down a squadron of enforcers to investigate. In the meantime, however, it should be nothing. These sorts of communication failures happen all the time. This ship is thousands of years old, and not every dial and knob on this ship works as intended.
Let's hope it's just a technology issue, because the Mechanicus obviously never fail to report on time, so hopefully it's just the transponder acting up. If so,
Yes.
It should be an easy fix. If not, obviously, we'll probably want to tell the captain that something else has gone wrong on good old Deck 32.
This appears to have happened on Deck 38, I believe.
You just said 32 a couple seconds ago.
32 is where you found a hole. The issue for this light is connected to Plasma Maintenance Deck 38K Sol 4. Big difference. I don't name the parts of the ship that the ship was named long before I ever got here.
Probably before most of the current crew ever got here, with the exception of potentially some of the Mechanicus.
And the servitors. Don't
And the
forget the
servitors.
servitors. Never forget them.
How far could that little radio transmit?
The
Only within the
Voxcaster?
ship.
Yeah, the
It can only communicate to other parts of the ship.
Got it.
In the meantime, however, I do suggest you take the captain to go see the Archdeacon. I hear he's got a lovely present for you two.
Oh,
And other members of senior staff.
well
In
then.
fact, if you follow me, I would like to gather you and a bunch of the other senior officers for a special little commemorative occasion with the Archdeacon.
Should I go get my uncle then?
Art gives the quartermaster. This is the quartermaster.
Trade Colonel.
Fucking A. The trade colonel a nod. Sounds like a plan. I believe that Grant and Zizi are somewhere. I believe Cadian's...
I'm right next to you.
No, Zizi was off with Grant, wasn't he?
No.
No? Oh, Grant had a last Crimson Canes. Zizi, obviously you're right here. Grant was handing out Crimson Canes to the Ogren, and I'm assuming Beck is still playing people chess on one of the lower decks, and Cadium is... somewhere.
I can have a server skull fetch Master Cadium. Master Beck should be easy to retrieve.
Running off with a key.
He what? Where? And did the key happen to be made of a slightly bluish silver metal?
Yes. And it's in the direction of the offices.
Art kind of mutters into his microbead, basically for one of the other Mechanicus to do a sweep of the office once Cadium leaves, to uninstall any devices that are not supposed to be there before turning back to the Trade Colonel and Zizi. Well then, let's get going.
Should I go get my uncle?
Yes, I'd say so.
He's technically the senior navigator. I'm not.
Well, yes, I'd say so, yes.
Cool. I'll be right back. And he's just gonna scamper.
Zizi, new.
At this point, the rest of the senior crew are gathered, and they do in fact meet up for a small, private ceremony with Archdeacon Osmond in attendance, several other senior officers, and Grunt the Heavy as the
Resident
de facto
Ogren.
resting on the Ogren's shoulders is Kenneth Pigpen, the only ratling aboard the ship.
Yay, the ratling.
As you are all in attendance, the Archdeacon steps forward, and he takes a stand at his podium. His podium, of course, being a small, sort of wooden desk-like thing, being held up by some person in rags and chains.
Yeah.
Refer to Ship Hub for images on how the Archdeacon and the guy holding up the podium looks like. And Maximilian Osmond looks to you, Captain Grant, the rogue trader of the ship, and he says, "Thank you most dearly for joining us, rogue trader, for this private ceremony. As you all know, today we honor the sacrifice of one of the God Emperor's chosen children. But first, I would like Kenneth Pigpen, who has chosen to repent this year, to serenade you with a traditional ballad of Old Terra." At this point, Kenneth Pigpen, a small, squirrely-looking blonde fucker who does not look like he's showered in decades, hops off and begins... Hang on, where was it? It was here somewhere.
I swear to God, if you put in the Toad cover of All I Want for Christmas, I'm going to have a stroke.
No, it's not that. It's somewhere else.
Dear
Shit, did I
God,
close the
Emperor.
tab by accident? Was it this one or was it the other one? I think it was this one. Oh yeah, no. You see Kenneth Pigpen, the ship's one and only ratling, head of the Officio Rodenta, the one squirrely fucker everyone in the shape hates. Stand to attention in the center of the room and pull out a small prayer book that looks to be stained with grease, shit, and blood.
Checks out.
You're not
I don't say that in context.
At this point, he speaks aloud, and this is your first meaningful interaction with him. And you see the little rattling man just say, Lords and ladies, I am Kenneth Pigpen. I present to you 12 Days of Sanguinala. On the 12th day of Sanguinala, my emperor gave to me 12 dead heretics, 11 hotshot las guns, 10 stormhawk gunships, 9 earthshaker cannons. On the 8th day of Sanguinala, my emperor gave to me 8 Lehman Russes, 7 Rough Riders, 6 ration packs, 5 Bane Blades. On the 4th day of Sanguinala, my emperor gave to me 4 crack grenades, 3 dead comrades, 2 Imperial Knights, and a blam from the Commissar.
I love the song.
He's going off.
Yeah.
At this point, polite applause is given to everyone, even though they hate fucking Kenneth Pigpen. And he takes a polite bow as he finishes his wonderful serenade and rendition of 12 Days of Sanguinala.
Grant's gonna actually be clapping the longest and the loudest.
Everyone has stopped clapping, but when they realize you are still clapping, they awkwardly clap along.
Is that a skill roll?
No, that's just you. That's just them being them and you being you.
Okay.
At this point, Grunt the Heavy just picks up Kenneth Pigpen and puts him back on his shoulders, and the service continues. Archdeacon Maximilian Osmond begins to, speak and give a sermon, up until one of your aides rushes up to him and whispers in his ear, whisper. And the Archdeacon, just eyes bulging out of his head, looks at the aide and says, "But that's heresy! Lord Captain, I'm afraid you are needed on the bridge, sire."
Ark kind of looks to the Archdeacon. Please don't tell me this has anything to do with Deck 38.
Will?
Yes.
You remember that music I sent you?
Yes, I do. I have it fully prepared. Just tell me when.
Play it. Copy link, and I'm gonna set it up on the music channel, so we can do this, and this.
You want me to loop it?
No. At this point, the holiday music that's been blaring throughout the ship comes to an abrupt end. And you hear something rattling from the intercom. It's a live transmission. You hear someone breathing very heavily over the intercom. And then you hear someone speak up. "Attention, crew of the Velvet Glove. I am Crocker. And I have a confession to make this Sanguinala. You see, I am a bad man. Nothing more than a common hive ganger. At least I was. Until the Lord Captain himself plucked me and took me off away into the skies. Far, far away from my home. Too far from my home. How many people, I wonder? How many people does your Lord Captain abduct and gang press into service? Oh, but it's better than a bolt around through the head. But it ain't. It's slavery. Forced indenture. Servitude. It's criminal. And it's tyranny. Which is why I come to you this Sanguinala with a message. The tech priest of Plasma Maintenance Deck 38K Sol 4 has been taken hostage and removed from his position. As you all know, this ship runs on countless plasma conduits. And without those plasma conduits, This ship ain't going anywhere. I've got 2,000 bleeding souls on my side, and they all want the same thing as me. Freedom. You see, we were all inducted into the Lord Captain's service on a very simple legal contract. Legal contract stating that so long as we work, room and board is provided. But they don't tell you that you cannot leave the ship. You cannot have a life. You cannot see the sun. You cannot have real food or water. You're just stuck in the bowels of a ship, flooded with radiation, terrible things in the dark, and of course the truncheon of the enforcers. But I found a loophole. That legal contract has been annulled ever since we stepped foot into the blasted Coronis expanse. So what does that mean for all of you? Well, lads and lasses, it means that 2001 souls aboard the ship are no longer legally required to work for the Lord Captain. And if we're not allowed to work for the Lord Captain, what are we then? Stowaways? Prisoners? Nay, revolutionaries! I have a message for you, useless Grant. Child of Krieg, bastard of war. You are going to turn this ship around and fly us to Footfall, where every man, woman, and child who wants off the ship can get off. Simple as that. I want to go home. And if my demands are not met, silence. And you hear a single gunshot ring out through the intercom. Something falls over. I am going to order my men to start killing people, cabin by cabin, deck by deck, until I get what I want. I don't care how many people I have to kill to get my freedom, Lord Captain. Because you are just another pompous twit with a big hat and no power over me. I have seized control of Plasma Maintenance Deck 38K Sol 4 and have broken into an arms locker. 2001 bleeding souls armed to the teeth. Ready. Your gang of enforcers has already arrived, and we've captured and killed every single one of them. So it's your move, Captain. Will you do the right thing and turn this boat around so we can go home? Or are you gonna send wave after wave of your men to try and root me out, only for them to die? I know that's what you do best. Send people to their death. I know things about you, Captain. Things you've wanted to forget. You can leave a war, but the war never leaves you, now does it? And to the rest of you lot, a message, an offer. Die hard or live free. Join me in my glorious rebellion, or I'll treat you as a loyalist, an accomplice, a collaborator. And I'll kill you all the same. Don't matter if you're a ganger or a rogue traitor, you still bleed red. And I have lots of knives and lots of guns. Don't try anything funny. At this point, the intercom goes dead.
Ark kind of looks to the, whispers in Cadium's ear. Wait a minute. If he's taking out the If he takes out the power, he takes out the oxygen, he dies too. He understands that, right?
I think, yeah, if you take out the power, you take out the oxygen, they're very well connected. Yeah, he'll just kill everyone on the ship except for the mechanics.
Yeah, he's literally...
Breathe.
At this point,
Arcana nods. So he's crazy.
So he's stupid.
At this point...
That too.
At this point, Kadrian Handross, the leader of the Mechanicus aboard the ship, steps forward. Rogue Trader Entity. Rogue Trader Entity.
And then from there, Grant is going to slowly remove the Crimson King from his mouth, and then he's going to do like a very cold like head turn. He waits for him to respond.
Rogue Trader Energy. As engine seer of the ship, it is my duty to inform you that if the plasma coil is rendered inoperable, the ship cannot go anywhere. He only provides power to the engines of the ship. Without a direction change ordered by the various tech priests throughout the ship, we cannot return to Footfall. As chief explorator and engine seer of this vessel, I forbid collaboration with Prockert. So long as Mechanicus entity remains in his custody, the Brotherhood of Mars shall do nothing. We shall send our soldiers after this man, unless you resolve this situation yourself. Consider this termination of services from the Abdectus Mechanicus until our tech brother is recovered safely.
Grant basically crushes the Crimson King directly through the middle, and then he goes, "They're messing with the wrong person at the wrong place at the wrong time." And he immediately turns around and he goes, "All right." And then from there, he kind of like waves at his lieutenants.
That's you guys.
Mm-hmm. And then from there,
Ark.
and then he points to an aide and he goes, "So, fetch my equipment."
The aide.
Are we going to kill people, boss? Can I chop off some limbs?
Diego, and then from there, Grant, he's going to look at, so he's going to like reach for his holster and pull out his plasma, it's not his plasma pistol, and he like flicks it on as the blue ominous glow hovers in front of him, and then from there, he's going to like look at Ark, and then go, "You can take all the limbs you like." A heretic.
That was me. That was Cadium.
Oh, Cadium, sorry. At Cadium, and he's going to go, "A heretic's a heretic."
Yay! Free eyes for the eye collection.
Ark
Those are
kind of
nice
looks
have.
to Grant and just kind of nods. "In the words of my very, very wise captain back from Fleet Solar, we do not negotiate with terrorists."
No, we chop off their limbs and use them for experiments.
Gonna like untuck themselves from Ark's cloak.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is Zizi like in Ark's Camilla Lion cloak?
She's like, "I'm scared." Hey, Captain.
Yes.
Can I light people on fire?
And then from there.
Can I light lots of people on fire?
And then from there, he's gonna go, so it's Sanguinala, as he basically walks over and he pats you on the shoulder. "You can burn as many heretics as you like. We'll make it a barbecue."
It's easy.
We're eating them afterwards?
Happy about this.
We are
At
not
the-
eating people. That's bad for your digestive tract. Plus,
At this
their meat's
point-
probably tainted anyway.
At this point, several soldiers, unarmed guards, burst into the room, and you see the trade colonel leader. "Lord Captain, there's a situation developing in the lower decks. Come with me immediately."
Or where?
Where?
Lieutenants. And then from there,
Murder time.
I just start walking forward, and I walk with very like angular shoulders, and then I'm just as the blue hue of my plasma pistol arrays down the hall.
By the way, I'm gonna post a not completely finished, but sketched and kind of lined, other than the head, version of what I'm thinking this rune armor is going to look like for Ark, so that y'all can get an idea of what he'd be wearing as of about a couple minutes of putting it on.
Nice.
As I
At
walk
this
in,
point-
as I walk through the door, I go,
Easy.
"Let's say Sanguinala's Day, or Signalia's Day."
Sanguinala, Captain.
Sanguinala.
Yeah.
The Krieg
let's
accent
say
slipping out.
Sanguinala.
At this point, your senior officers have immediately begun converting the prayer room into a makeshift battle room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, desks and tables are being rearranged, maps of the ship are being laid out, and you can see that, tea is also being served for the senior officers of the staff. The trade colonel puts both his hands on the table and looks to you. "Lord Captain, The situation has deteriorated faster than we've expected. Crocker was not lying. He does indeed, in fact, have a large number of men under his control. Fortunately, the Adeptus Abiades elements and Qitari maniples have begun engaging them along the main cargo corridor of the ship. The bulk of these forces are being preoccupied. We already have several of our best men, including the Ogren, and several other detachments, pulled in from ship security to suppress the rebellion. Furthermore, we have located Crocker's location.
Where? Show me.
He points to a section on the map. From here, from the plasma maintenance deck, there's a shaft that can lead you directly to where we believe Crocker was transmitting his, shall we say, declaration of war. He's well prepared and well dug in. He appears to have sealed off most of the cargo holds and corridors leading into this specific part of the ship. But there's a back door. He points to another section in the map. From this deck, we believe that Crocker is reinforcing the main battle here, with additional men and supplies. It appears that they have indeed broken into a secondary arms locker and have armed themselves appropriately. We're not expecting much resistance, but we have to be careful. Most of these men were convinced by Crocker's lies to mutiny. That means that just as many of them can be persuaded to see reason and lay down their lives peacefully. So, the question remains for how you wish to approach this, Lord Captain. If we
turn invisible.
That is an option. Let me lay out your main tactic. Me and the officers have laid out two main strategies for you, Lord Captain. First is an infiltration. Sneak behind enemy lines and launch a coordinated strike on Crocker's position. A small group of people can pull it off. You, your senior lieutenants, and a small number of loyal troops to support you. We can cut off the head of this traitorous snake without much loss of life and minimal damage to the ship. If you act fast enough, you can prevent him from sabotaging the ship irreversibly. In addition, you might be able to coerce an explanation from him. I doubt that this whole charade about freedom is truly his intention. Your secondary option is to join the main assault here and break the back of the rebellion yourself. This would require you to engage a large number of enemies in full frontal combat aboard your ship. This can have lasting repercussions, obviously. The crew will remember you not as a liberator, but as someone who violently puts down rebellions, which can work against you should you wish to develop a more positive rapport with the lower decks. Previous Lord Captains have tried this before in the past and have ended up poisoned or dead or shot in the halls of this very ship over it. In addition, with the Adeptus Mechanicus withdrawing all support, the ship cannot remain operational for much longer. It is important that you rescue the tech priests from Crocker as soon as possible. Doing so should restore relations to normal and minimize loss of life. Again, the choice is yours, Commander.
Grant, as he kind of like is using like the business end of his plasma pistol, Vicky, he taps on it, and then from there, as he hovers over it, and he is going to glance at at his number 2, and he doesn't say anything, but he looks at but he does make eye contact with Ark, suggesting what was it, your thoughts as well.
Ark kinda gives a look to Grant. Well, given the vast amount of people on the ship and the fact that we need to keep this thing operational as possible to get to Zaith as quickly as we can, I'd suggest doing this with a bit more finesse. The less damage, the better, and potentially quenching an entire rebellion by force could not only cost time, but resources as well. And it's not like we're going to be able to restock out here. We're going to have to repair the ship with what we've got, and I'm sure Cadium can vouch that severe damages would vastly decrease our chances of winning the secondary race at hand.
Especially so. Especially if the tech priests have already withdrawn. I'm the only one that's currently left aligned with you. I can't... I do trust in my abilities, but I can't manage the entire ship by myself. I am, unfortunately, one guy.
And we don't know if the ship can hold through another warp jump.
Probably not. With only one tech priest managing the entire ship, I doubt we could do anything, actually.
Well, I have an idea.
Charity's back.
Grant is going to look at Beck.
You may not be able to manage the ship, but don't you, Tech Priest, need to stay connected to the ship?
I'm always connected to the
monitor
ship.
it? Always?
All the tech priests, no. All the tech priests, we just were told, have withdrawn entirely their connection from the ship until their man is recovered.
We're always
Right
connected
now-
to the ship. Except
Right
for
now, the
I'm the only one who's connected
mechanic.
to the ship.
Right now, the Mechanicus has withdrawn any active tech support duties and are focusing solely on getting their man back, which is why there are Skitari fighting the mutineers on the lower decks.
Can you... You now may not be able to manage it, but could you turn off the gravity for a bit? Or
Turn
at
off
least
the gravity.
Yeah.
Of course I can. Someone wants me to turn off the gravity? That's never happened before. I can turn off the gravity.
As that happens, Grant is going to look at his advice, not his lieutenants, but the battle strategists, and then he's going to go pull up a map of the current sections of the ship that have controllable gravity.
I think all of it does.
Grant, not everyone here can fight in 0G. In fact, I think Beck might be the only one of your inner circle.
That's...
What
Whoa.
we could do, technically we can turn off the oxygen in certain parts of the ship, and since since the person who they did kidnap is part of the Mechanicus, they don't need to breathe.
And the Mechanicus' troops in the lower decks don't need to either. But,
Precisely.
Cadium, do you really want to genocide a good section of the deck of the lower crew by turning off the oxygen?
Well, I won't turn off the entirety of the oxygen on the lower deck.
that.
Quick question.
If I'm smart enough
said
about
Yes,
it,
Easy?
I can do it to specific
They
rooms.
said they found they infiltrated the armor. You get what I mean. They got weapons. Don't
Yes.
they also store like emergency oxygen tanks in there?
You guys would keep supplementary oxygen tanks in the armory. So they would so even if you did turn off the oxygen, there would still be some of them with oxygen equipped.
Yeah.
And what Ark is saying is basically, hey, maybe don't kill off, upwards of 1,000 or so troops just to put down a mutiny as our first fucking choice.
Just to suggest.
when some of them are still going to survive.
And that's only going to make them angrier, exactly. That's
Yep.
Ark's thinking.
Alright.
Well, if we can affect anything on the ship, I can affect it. So if you guys have any idea, I can turn on and off pretty much most things.
So the main suggestion of our advisors, Diego, was
Make them
that
go
they
deaf if
told
you
us to, try to take them on head on, or we use the vents to flank them, right, with a strike team?
Either infiltrate with a small strike team to take out Crocker directly, or engage the bulk of mutineers on the lower decks in a head-on battle.
Ark advised to do a strike team first, kill the leader, and then basically go, hey, fuckheads, our leader's dead. You're either gonna join back or get beheaded. It's your choice!
Flash incinerated.
/ whatever methods of
pretty much.
execution are used. That was what
/
Ark
disemboweled.
suggested.
Alrighty. Grant is going to bang his fist on the table, and then he is going to go. We're going to go in there. We're going to take the infiltration option. We're going to go in there, take out the leader. However, he's going to look towards his advisors. He's going to go, I want you to get a squad of guardsmen and gather as much rebreather units as possible, and should this ever escalate, we are going to remove the oxygen and have whatever security forces that we have there use that to defend themselves. This will be a last option, and I will give the word, and only on my authority. Is that understood?
Yes,
Understood,
Lord
boss.
Captain.
Alright.
I've already had some of our mechanics have already hooked up a servo skull relay with that of Cadmium's.
Okay.
Cadmium's servo skull will be able to relay the signal remotely.
Yep.
First, the main objective I want of the official main military force is to extract as many civilians as possible that are still loyal to the God Emperor.
Of course, sir. We will instruct our crew not to open fire on unarmed non-combatants.
Those who resist, those who shoot, they made their choice. Put them down. Those who
Understood.
surrender, get them out.
Listen,
Understood.
But, Grant, I feel like, though this goes without saying, under bondage.
What?
In chains, Will! Out of context. It's a fancy way of
Couldn't
saying...
hear you.
I didn't hear
You cut out. Yeah, you cut
Okay.
out for us.
You cut out, that's why.
Yeah, this goes without saying. In chains. In the prisons. In the lower
Yeah.
decks.
Yeah,
Of course.
All
Of
Diego.
course. Yes.
Question. Is there a way to... I know that CZ technically can't via current abilities. However, through technology, is there a way for ZZ to transmit their thoughts without saying anything?
Not really.
No, that's an astropath thing. And you are not an astropath.
Before we move
Let me
on,
fight in 0G.
Probably. We'll
You're
see.
the only one who's gonna do that.
Except maybe Cadmium, because he can
Except
grab
maybe
onto stuff.
Cadmium, because
He's got
Mechadendrite go bird.
mechadendrites, but the rest of everyone else, no, we're not fighting in 0G in our own fucking ship.
Nody boing boing mode.
Cadmium, can your servo
Yes,
skull
boss?
connect to? Can your servo skull reconnect with the Mechanicus rescue team?
Of course it can. I can also
Alright.
do that. I have
Well-
communication systems aren't down yet. Knock on wood.
Relay.
There's no-
Relay everything we've discussed so far. Tell them to prepare for any potential vacuums or loss of oxygen.
They can breathe
Understood.
in space, Captain, but yep.
Yeah, they can breathe in space, Captain. I'll let them know.
I'm trying to be cool.
Do you guys
Yeah,
make...
Cadmium's going to do that.
Hadrian Handross silently observes all of this, but you catch a slight nod from him as you make your intent clear to transmit this to the rest of the Skitari.
Also, have the Open prepare riot control potentially if there's ever any unwilling participants. All right, everyone, get your equipment. We're gonna go in the vents. Dismissed.
The vents.
The rune armors in general, I'm finishing up doing some very basic pencil shading.
It looks good.
So you guys are led through the ship towards the plasma deck. Everyone turn to page 31. You see where that red dot with the white circle is?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, because I'm shading. Let me get on the correct slide.
That is where you set up your character tokens, right next to that red dot.
Yippee!
You got it.
That means I gotta go find my character token from one of the
Yeah,
other
where the
guys.
fuck is Ark? Ark, come here. I believe that Ark is this one. I
Yeah.
might need to
You
change
might
that
wa-
color scheme slightly.
You might need to make them a bit smaller.
They should be the same size as the circles, I'm assuming.
Roughly.
Ta-da!
And the pointed arrow.
Rope traders are red, right?
Yeah, you were red because... Wait, hold on. Ark is on top of Cadmium.
Yeah, please don't get on top of him. The Cadmium is small. Standing on top of him is not too appreciated, though he can't just pick you up with this mechadendrite. So I guess technically you can be on top of him as long as it's his, as long as he's fine with it.
No, Ark would not be carried by Cadium. He has
Zizi would,
class.
He
You
has
guys
class. Caddy does not.
Ark
You
would, by the way,
guys-
be invisible right now, or under the protection of the Chameleon cloak.
You guys are escorted through the ship towards Plasma Maintenance Deck 38K Sol 4. You guys hear fighting happening on every level of the ship. Some people have fallen for Crocker's lies and are fighting the Enforcer's crews. And you can see several people are barging in and searching, sweeping cabins and decks of the ship to root out potential traitors and, innocents. It's a real shit show, and you see that some of the Sanguinala banners that have been hung up are on fire and have been replaced with very shoddy blue and gold banners.
Propaganda.
Yay,
propaganda.
You do encounter some pockets of resistance as several mutineers have seized control of security checkpoints, but they're being quickly routed and dealt with by a combination of Skitari, Adeptus Orbites, Enforcers, and just regular household soldiers. You guys are led quickly, thanks to Trade Colonel August scrounging up a quick and dirty strike force. You have a small group of soldiers behind you guys to essentially cover your rear. Mm-hmm. No one will be able to sneak up on you as you round a corner towards Plasma Deck 30K Sol 4. A single household troop, heavily wounded, and you can see he is missing an arm, is kind of slumped up against the wall, just like peering around a corner. And when he recognizes Grant's like, "Oh, Lord Captain, thank goodness you're here."
What's the situation?
Not great, sir. Crocker seized control of the deck, and he's been broadcasting lies all throughout the ship. The Voxmaster has managed to quarantine most of the more treasonous broadcasts, but the general message has gotten out. Either fight for you, or fight for him. And a lot of people have already chosen their sides. As you can see, I chose right, but he lifts the small stump that used to be his arm. I paid the price for my loyalty to you, Lord Captain.
Once we get this all taken care of, we'll make sure you get a bionic replacement.
Yeah, but do you want a new one?
So your service to the Emperor is appreciated.
This is yours, Lord Captain. Around this corner, Crocker's mutineers have established a barricade. They're setting up heavy guns. Nothing online yet, sir. I've been keeping an eye on the situation. They're mostly armed with clubs and a few dinky stubbers. Nothing serious yet. Most of the heavy equipment's gone to the front lines on the main cargo corridor. If you get the jump on him now, you could wipe out a number of them pretty quick and easy. But be careful. A lot of these rooms on this deck have been booby-trapped and hidden.
Booby.
What?
Nothing.
I thought the tech priests weren't working for us anymore.
This one is more so, one more loyal to me than the Mechanicus.
I like doing things.
Yeah, surprising. I didn't know you machine heads could show loyalty to a human.
Cadium kind of like gives him like a really weird look at you. He goes,
Ark kind of looks to the guy.
Yeah.
Ark looks to the guy and just kind of nudges Cadium, like, ignore him. Some of them, let's just say, let's not antagonize our allies. Thank you.
You're right.
I'm not feeling antagonized. I'm feeling, dehumanized is the right word.
Same difference, Cadium, in this case.
The household trooper looks at you guys sheepishly, like, "I'm sorry, I had blood loss, and I am losing a lot of blood, and oof."
Do you...
Ark kind of gestures to one of the soldiers to basically, I wouldn't say cauterize, but clot the wound, with, like, a quick signal, and then looks to Grant. Well then, time to do what you do best, Lord Captain.
And from there, saw Grant, he just raises his pistol, and he goes, what was the name of the planet we went to?
You guys went to
Vaporeous.
Vaporeous. That was the
Oh,
last
wait,
planet you went
not
to.
Vaporeous. Okay. I'm going.
The one where you blew the guy's head off?
Yeah.
That was Footfall.
Okay. Right now, he is going to go. Let me pull it up right now. Host a holiday party. Come and have a great time. I'll have a few laughs. As he walks over to the corner, and he takes like a peek around the hostile forces.
You see, numerous guards have already set up shop.
Mhm.
They're all wearing heavily modified uniforms. They're normally how Silverwind gives its employees like gray and red uniforms. Their uniforms are so dirty you can barely see any red. And the only color on them are these blue rags they've tied around them on their arms as like makeshift armbands and badges of identification.
Mhm.
Before we engage, Diego, could Ark real quickly go and turn effectively invisible, plus using the cloak and the fact that he does in fact technically have Sin Skin on at all times?
Yes, you basically Metal Gear Solid your way forward closer towards the enemy lines.
Do I need to roll concealment or?
How does concealment work again? Just so that
It's effectively just stealth.
Yeah, just stealth. Yeah, since you have a pretty good advantage and stuff, go for it.
Diego, I have a
Yeah.
question. These guys
Yes.
have guns, right?
Yes, these are
They're considered metal, right?
What?
Are they metal?
Yeah,
Would you
Yeah, but-
describe them as unsecured?
they seem to be holding onto them pretty tight, but like, there's a guy. There's like a couple guys holding like fire axes and pistols in one hand, but you see a couple of the other guys are like holding full-on rifles.
Would you
And they're
consider
just-
them 6 pounds or less?
No.
Darn.
Okay.
I can't just steal their
update
shit.
on that concealment
far
check,
away.
Diego.
Oh.
My DC for it is 51. I rolled a flat 40, so that is a success with 1 extra degree of success. I just said success twice. You get the point.
You Metal Gear Solid your way closer towards them. What do you want to do now that you're cloaked? Effectively.
Ark, first of all, if I can get to about here, could I take accurate stock of like how many people are in this general area waiting on on an ambush?
There's a number of them. Let's see. On the map, there's one. That's 7 at the main barricade and 3 behind. So you can count at least 10 people.
Okay.
But you can make out from the corner of your eye, those 2 at the very top of the map are setting up a gun emplacement.
A what?
Okay.
They have a massive heavy bolter and they're
machine
mounting
gun.
it on a tripod.
It's a machine gun.
Awesome.
Ark basically slips back to where the rest of the crew is and basically whispers, "All right, 10 guys, 2 in the far back are setting up a heavy bolter machine gun. There are barricades that we can use as cover, but we're gonna have to fight our way through."
One thing to note, the heavy bolter is very heavy, and even a fully armed space marine has trouble lugging one of those around. So it's gonna take them a while before they can fully set up the turret.
Yeah, Ark kind of looks to ZZ. And
Yes.
ZZ, they're all right, and there's about, I'd say 4 of them directly in line of sight down that hallway. So, if you want to go in front and just... He kind of, like, taps
Look
his
at them.
forehead.
Yes. Diego?
Yes.
Oh!
So,
So I think it's murder time. Let me just open my descriptions real quick. Okay,
I would like
let's-
to-
I have options.
I would like
Yep.
to remind you guys.
Uh-huh.
In a surprise round of combat, everyone gets
Uh-huh.
plus 30 to all weapon checks.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
sick.
lovely!
Wow. They're gonna die. These guys are
I
dead.
shoot bullets.
Make sure everyone and gets in position and ready. So like I want everyone to have what they're going to do ready before we ambush these guys.
Cool.
Great.
So Ark would be
Bully
right
girl.
about. Actually, he'd need to be behind ZZ. So, or in a place where he could like turn and face a wall temporarily while ZZ went stare.
So
Because you just can't make eye contact with the eye, correct, Diego?
If you
Yep.
look into the eye, you're basically looking into the devil's anus. It's not a fun time.
Okay, yeah. So Ark's gonna be like here, so that he can just basically duck down and stare at the barricade instead of staring at ZZ.
Yeah, ZZ just has to keep. ZZ, you just have to keep
Yes.
looking straight forward and
Yep.
not look at any one of your friends. Basically.
Yep.
No making eye contact with any of your friends right now.
Okay, so here's the thing. I went through at the beginning of this game and organized all of the options that I have by type. And one of my types is combat direct fighting.
Yeah. By the way, Tam, you can only use the ones you've learned.
I know. However,
But you
of
can
the
light
ones
people
I
on fire and stare at them menacingly, and staring at them menacingly is a
ones I have.
cone.
I have one that deals 1d5 plus 3 damage when I look at them, because they spontaneously combust. I
love that.
I also have one where all characters and creatures must make a willpower test should they look into the third eye. Failure results in them being stunned and suffering 1d10 plus willpower bonus in energy damage.
Yeah, do that one. That's the looking directly into the devil's anus.
Yeah, that's
The
the
liquid
yeah.
Here.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
navigator stare of death.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So I get to murder. What's my willpower bonus again? Hold on, let me look. I think it's 4. It is in fact 4. So,
People are gonna
Diego,
die today.
That is 1d10 plus 4 damage. That's at least 5 points of damage guaranteed.
uh-huh,
That
Because
cannot
it
be.
ignores armor.
It ignores
Uh-huh.
armor.
uh-huh. So, ZZ is where did everyone go? Anyway. How many people can I in theory hurt at once?
4.
I mean, 4, yeah. The
God damn
4 in front.
Okay, so
That's
basically,
what Ark said.
if I sort of just get the information from Ark, nod,
Which is what,
turn
yeah.
around, yeah, which you didn't really say anything, you just sort of like suggested, these are like, ooh yes, murder time. Turn around, and they're gonna like undo their ponytail, because the hair tie holds the headscarf in place at the same time, and sort of just carefully / quickly take it off and stuff it in their pocket, and walk out. Just turn the corner. Hi guys.
What is everyone else doing?
Ark is basically in position to basically, A, look forward and not at ZZ. Diego, I'm hidden.
I know.
Okay.
Grant, Skid, Beck, what are you guys doing?
Ark just has 2 pistols. Actually, no, not 2 pistols. Yeah, I'm gonna have my, lovely thing called a, full auto bolt gun ready to go.
Oh yeah, I also have my pistol ready. Just saying.
Beck, how are you preparing for this, fight?
I have gun and a sword.
You have a shotgun, that is true.
Oh wait, I do have a shotgun. I'll
Yes.
stick with my hand
Shotgun.
cannon though. I'll stick.
Okay. Cadmium?
That's me. Cool. So I'm going to, well, for one, I'm going to ready my my Archaeotech las pistol. And also, how far is 2 meters? That's like 2 spaces, right? 2
Roughly.
meters, roughly.
Yeah.
Great. Arc doesn't bonk, right?
No, Ark goes shooty. I'm gonna be laying down suppressing.
Perfection. I'm going to put for this first round of combat, I'm going to put a smoke screen on Arc.
Ark's already invisible.
I'm gonna put a smoke screen on myself using my utility mechadendrite. So anything that is within basically a 2-block radius of cadmium has a -5 penalty to hit him. Just in case they start running up to me for funsies. Gotta keep it safe.
All that's left now is to see Captain Grant. What will you do?
Okay.
Rule number 1: don't look at ZZ.
Okay. So, let's see. Diego, I currently have, I believe, two new. So I have a new talent called Quick Draw. I cannot find it, and I don't know what it does.
It just means that you can switch weapons as a free action, so you can use any weapons on any turn.
Okay.
Also for roleplay purposes, that would just be like, you know, like if you want to get the drop on somebody, boom.
Yeah, that's what you did. That's you basically pulling out your gun and in one smooth motion blowing that guy's brains out back in football.
Right. So, these guys are, let's see. So you're asking me what my character's gonna be doing, like essentially, like for once the
First
attack
round of
goes
combat.
out? Or first round.
Yeah, like once you guys breach, what is your character's plan of action going to be?
Alrighty.
Because like everyone is either just going to be holding off, ready to shoot, or just, you know.
And there's a gate right between us and them right here.
No, there's nothing in between you guys. It's just a full-on corridor.
Okay. So from here, I'm going to peek around the corner and then shoot at
Wait!
what?
ZZ.
ZZ.
ZZ's in the way, or ZZ has something planned?
ZZ
ZZ is
going
going to walk out, pull off their headscarf, and make all four who are directly in the immediate line of sight basically have to stare straight into the warp.
Yep.
Navigator eye.
And they're also going
Yep.
to explode.
Basically.
Alright then.
Diego, what would you
But-
have to roll to not succumb to that?
Just don't look at. Just don't look at. Don't look into ZZ's third eye, and if you do look into it, willpower check.
Alrighty. So I guess I'll stand right here, and
Alright.
whoever here is it will, or is it just happens? Like, is it like a test?
It's only for those who look into the eye, and since ZZ has their back to you, you guys don't have to worry about it. It is just a full front. It's just a frontal power base, basically.
It's a cone in front of them. Think of it like dragon breath.
Got it. If any of them are smart enough to actually look away in time, I'm going to shoot them as they try to get to cover.
Okay, good. So,
That'll be what I do.
so we're going to do ZZ top it around, and then everyone rolls initiative because everyone's waiting for ZZ to do their thing.
Yep.
What's up, Ark? Hey, ZZ, there's four people in a conal shape in front of you. You want to just tap his forehead, ZZ? Yay! Yeah!
Yeah, literally. It's like,
You see,
yes!
you see the guards are just like, you know, checking in their guns and like making sure it's like, hey, over there! And you see four stubbers like aim right at ZZ. It's the Rogue Trader's.
Gentlemen.
It's the Rogue Trader's mutant pet. Put it down.
And ZZ's just gonna remove headscarf. It's like, hi. They all need to make a willpower check.
Yeah, you just hear a very weird. I don't know what type of noise would your eye make as it opens.
A little smacking sound, like the lips.
I mean, it's an eye.
Yeah.
So I bet there's
What?
probably.
Have you never
Eyes
checked the inside of your eyelids? That's like,
No, you don't hear it when you blink, Cooper.
if it's crusty as hell, you do.
Clean out your eyes.
How and why is it getting that dirty?
Anyway, you open your third eye.
Mhm.
Everyone behind ZZ, you see a massive cascade of roiling purple and violet energies shoot out in a massive cone in front of ZZ. All of the goons aiming at you immediately go and just
I'm
start
using the
screaming.
stare, by the way.
Yes.
Cool.
All four of them are affected by lidless stare. I need to roll for them. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, this sucks.
Did they?
I
No.
forgot my dice.
Oh.
Oh.
Dice spot it is, I guess, Diego.
Yeah, hang on. I got my own thing here. I got my own dice bot here, so just to keep things private. Dice roller. Random. Roll dice.
Time.
No. Necessary. Dice roller. No, that's shit. Dice roller 5e because we need like a. Here we go. So that is a 1d10 plus 4, correct?
For damage. Yeah.
Okay, yes. Let's see. So, Voidfarer's stat block, they have willpower of 25.
Oh.
So rolling a 1d100. And minus 10, since they are looking directly at you.
At me.
It's the rogue trader's mutant pet. Put it to proceeds to spontaneously combust.
I feel like Zizi would just walk out completely, like, confident body posture and just happily smiling.
So 1d100. So that's
Hey,
a
dog.
15.
Yep.
15 makes it.
Alright.
30 does not make it.
God, no.
68 does not make it.
Uh-huh.
87 does not make it. So only one of these guys survives the effects of Lidless Stare.
Damn it. He still takes damage, though.
Roll your damage, Tam.
Does he still take damage?
No.
No.
No,
Damn
they have to fail it to take damage. So
Damn
that
it.
means 3d10 plus 5, 3d10 plus 4 all around. 3d10.
3d10?
It's 1d10
Well-
each. 1d10 plus 4 each.
Yeah, I know, but I'm rolling 3 dices,
Oh, okay.
and it's plus 4. Add modifier to add. That's
1d10.
4. So that's a 14 for one guy. And since it
Oh.
ignores their... And since they only have 9 hit points each,
They just
one guy straight up explodes.
Yay.
Just like like in Scanners, he just explodes. Full watermelon chunks everywhere. One guy immediately starts convulsing and runs across the room and starts banging his head against the wall so violently he reduces his head to a bloody stump.
Oh.
And one guy takes the stubber and shoots himself in the head, but it's not one of those fatal gunshot wounds. He is still alive, but missing his entire lower jaw.
Ah.
He has 2 hit points left.
Could I, in theory, since I have my pistol ready, shoot the last one?
Who's talking? Is that?
That's
Me.
That's Tam.
So let's see. That is one guy's on 2. The other guy's at full health. Lidless Stare is. Lidless Stare. That's what's an action? Is that a full action?
I have
Yeah,
no
what is that?
idea.
I think it's a full
Would that
action.
be? Alright. It is an attack. Right.
Anything else? Really?
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what the rule was for. It was I don't remember the.
book.
I am. That's what I'm doing. I am. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember. I'm sorry. Let's see.
No,
5
it's fine,
actions.
it's fine.
Making a standard attack is a half action, so yeah, you can shoot him.
Yay! I want to shoot him.
Roll your ballistic score plus 10 because this guy is heavily affected by the effects.
Isn't
of
this a
Lidless Stare.
prize round as well?
It is. So, oh yeah, that's a
Plus
plus 40 to
40.
your ballistics. Yeah, plus 40 to your ballistic skill.
I thought it was 30.
Plus 40?
Plus 40 in total. Plus
Wow.
10 from him being, like, reeling from the effects of the warp. Plus 30 from it being a
No.
surprise round.
I have a ballistic of 41. That means
So you need to
I
roll
need to-
80 watt or less.
81.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is good.
This is gonna
And
go
you get extra
great.
damage dice, I believe, for every 2 degrees of success.
Yes, you do.
I think this works.
This should be in my comprehensive guide to gun combat.
I got a 49.
What type of gun are you using again?
That would be a. Give me a second while I scroll down. Hell pistol.
Okay, so I'm going to switch the music soundtrack to something, more actiony rather than ambience-y. Will, I'm going to send it to you right now.
Take your time.
It's right here. So, a Hell Pistol is essentially a very spicy incendiary las pistol.
Mm-hmm.
So, you shoot... Now, I have to ask, is this the guy you shot... Is this the guy who was affected by Lilith's or not?
He was the one who didn't shoot himself in the jaw.
Okay, so roll damage. What's the damage profile of your Hell Pistol?
1d10 plus 4.
And since you got 40 beneath, that's...
Oh,
Add
wait,
2 extra
hold on.
damage dice.
Diego. The last guy's dead. No. The guy who shot himself in the jaw should be dead because it is 1d10 plus 4 plus another 4 because of my wisdom bonus. Forgot about that.
So it's actually
So it's
D10 plus 8.
Yep.
Oh.
He's dead. That guy's dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the... He slumps over dead. You shoot the guy who hasn't been affected by your Lilith's Tale. Roll me damage. Okay,
Stop staring menacingly.
Okay, you don't even need to do anything else. Let me just check the rules on Emperor's Fury.
It's
what?
rolling a natural 10 on a damage dice. You get an extra attack for free.
Alright.
I also
And
got
since
several
you-
crit success.
Yeah, but you're not a natural 10.
Got it.
But yeah, this guy just basically... You just shoot a hole straight through his heart and he falls down dead.
Oh.
God damn. ZZ
Everyone else
taking
roll
names.
Everyone else roll initiative.
Woo! D10.
that-
Roll 1d10 plus your agility bonus.
Agility, cool. That's what I assumed.
Arc, stop being bad.
10 plus agility. 6.
I'll order these for you.
Thank you.
Diego, what are we counting as ZZ at for regular combat?
Roll me initiative now, ZZ.
Okay. What's the modifier for
This
that?
music's banger.
Agility.
This is from the
Thank
Dark Tide soundtrack.
It's good.
Plus. my agility.
Speaking of the Dark Tide soundtrack, that one thing that you played when we were taking over Vaporeus, I
Ooh, that's
used
a
that
10 for
in
back.
my D&D game, and my
Damn it.
players went insane for it.
Yeah.
So good.
I rolled a 7.
Disposal unit. The disposal unit
Disposal unit.
remix is great.
It's so good. It slays way too hard.
Who has the higher agility between
Back.
and
That's
Arc?
why he's above
It
Arc.
should be a
Right,
10,
yeah.
by the way.
Then that's fine.
10?
Beck is
Oh,
fine.
I should have a +1 to initiative anyway. Would you have a
Paranoia.
+2?
Yeah.
Yeah, paranoia.
Yeah,
Okay, so I
Paranoia
actually have
gives
a
me
9
+2.
because I just looked and I have a +1 because High World go brrr.
Okay, so Beck, top of the list. What do you do?
My firing pistol named hand cannon fires into nearest person.
You're gonna
you
need to move
your
for that, mate.
Yeah.
Ah, shit, right. Wow,
You're not-
yes. Most people are dead. Okay. How does movement work then?
What's your agility bonus?
I have a 50 agility.
So you can move 5 spaces as a half action.
What is the difference? Will I be able to shoot twice?
Yeah.
You'll only be able to shoot once.
Okay, you have a clear shot at a guy towards the left, hidden behind a barricade. Do you take the shot with your pistol?
Yes. It's still plus 30, right?
Yes, since it's still a surprise round.
Alright. I shoot. Oh, I didn't call it aimed, can I? I'll shoot for his. I just spine.
Take the -20 penalty, mate.
-10. Aha,
Oh, do you have Deadeye
yeah.
shot?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So yeah, so ballistic score +20. Go for it.
Alright.
Roll under.
Alright, let's roll 1d100.
Goku, go.
Yeah. Oh damn. That's
Oh, wow.
That's a lot of themes of infinity.
That's a lot of degrees of success. Hold on, let me actually check the rolls on that for you, Diego, because I believe it's an extra dice of damage for every 2 degrees
of
under.
success. Yes.
Alright, so
Playing the game.
with my things,
What is your ballistic score +20?
ballistic score is a 43 plus 20, 60, and then plus gun is I have a +10 to accuracy, so 53, 73.
Okay, so 73. That's at least 2 degrees, 2 extra damage dice. So roll it,
So 3d10.
and whatever bonus you get from the gun you're using. Yeah.
Okay.
In the body, which is going to be pain.
Yeah.
I want to shoot through his spinal cord. That is 14 damage.
I want to see. I kind of want to pull up something real quick, so I'm just going to screenshot some things.
Hmm?
Oh, never mind. I should be screenshotting something else. Where's the wounds chart?
Oh, I have it up.
No, never mind. I found it. So what
Critical
gun?
damage chart.
Yeah, what type of gun are you using right now?
It is my hand cannon normal pistol.
So it's going to be doing impact damage, I want to say?
Roll me a 1d10. Just roll me a 1d10.
Impact crit effects. Woo-woo.
6.
6. Your gunshot knocks the target sprawling dead on the ground and flying 1d5 feet away. And you see that there is no head left. You just shoot him so hard he goes flying back, essentially.
Interesting.
Up next, Arc.
Lovely. I have a bolt gun. Ready and drawn. I am currently concealed. I don't remember what bonus that gives me, but it's chonky if I remember right.
Substantial, yes.
Arc would have been actually more like just directly behind ZZ. How much would I have to move to have line of sight on like these two bitches here?
Let's see. You're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish, roughly.
Okay. I'm just gonna use my entire turn to move 8 total spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to roughly there, and then Arc's just gonna lay low for now. I'm gonna shoot a full auto burst next turn because I can't do that on half action. So yeah, that's my turn. I'm just gonna get ready to shoot the shit out of people.
Okay, positioning yourself smart. That's gonna make things super fun when they show up. We already had ZZ, so Cadium.
Me, I came back just in time from the bathroom. Okay, so full movement costs a full action, right? And then half movement costs half action.
Yes.
Yes, so what's your agility bonus right now?
I think I have a +4.
So a full action means you can move 8 spaces.
Okay, because if I only move 4, I actually can't reach anybody. Because if we're counting these individual tiles, I can't get to anything. So yeah, I'm gonna use my full action to move 8. 1, 2.
You can hide behind the barricades for cover.
Cool. I can get around. I can get about there. That's cool.
Why go undercover when you can be invisible?
I mean, technically, if I wasn't undercover, I could just take hits because I'm always lightly wounded, no matter how much damage I take. But
fair enough.
Better
That's
not.
Good.
I'll end my turn there because that was my full action. I just used to move.
All right,
Yeah.
Grant.
Alrighty. Let me check who's green on the board still.
Oh,
So they saw us obliterate all those fuckers, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
you see if the few remaining guards remaining are like hunkering down and getting ready to take fire.
So then from there, so is the bonus only for this round to shoot?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
technically the reason why it's considered easy to hit them right now is because they're technically unaware, which means you get a plus 30 bonus. It doesn't
You guys
apply to
are- this
anything
is-
else.
This is a surprise round.
Alrighty. So my ballistic skill is 60, so I would have to, if I roll anything like above so 90 and below, I hit.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Alright then, I'll give it a shot. It's
Oh, holy shit!
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
I don't think you can have more than 3 extra damage dice, if I remember right, but,
What is the damage profile of your gun right now?
I honestly don't know. Let me pull
It's
it
on
Don't
your
know how-
character sheet.
Yep, looking at it right now. What is it? Plasma pistol, 1d10 plus 6.
Roll me 3d10 plus 6.
Alrighty.
They made a mistake.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
ruining a holiday.
You guys are literally storming what's the name of that place from Die Hard? The one they're storming the tower.
Nakatomi Tower.
You guys are storming Nakatomi Tower, basically.
So I basically, as it happens, I just basically walk out and look over in that direction. Grant does like a very cold stare as the lens of his gun goes off. And he fires, and a plume of blue light for 21 points of damage.
Everyone sees this very bright blue roiling ball of plasma fly through the air, and you can see the mutineers looking at it. Just like his eyes are bulging out of his head, and he slowly starts to accept his fate as his flesh is seared, cooked, and burnt from
Damn.
the
God.
plasma, and he is dead on the spot.
Am I able to do an intimidation, or is that like a separate thing?
Intimidation would be separate, but you can try a free action. Let me see. As a free action, I'll let you do a little taunt. Or, let me see. Give me a second.
I'm pretty sure Intimidation actually has a use in combat.
Yeah, you can do a command check.
Yeah, I was trying to ask, essentially asking for a command check. Unfortunately, they're hostile enemies, so I'm gonna roll a command, and I'll see how it turns out, and then what I get is what I'll do.
Yeah.
D100. I'm trained for this, by the way.
Yes.
Under your fellowship. Oh.
I'm gonna use a fate point.
Okay.
I have.
You have a
3
small
left.
number of those.
Yep, I got 3 more.
Yeah, those are per session. Don't worry. You get those back at the start of each session.
9.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
What do you tell these mutineers to do, Lord Captain?
So I just look in their direction. I go. Drop them.
You see the 2 grunts who are still in the corridor just look at each other, and they just like drop their guns and raise their hands over their heads. But as you do so, the one towards the far back is instantly shot in the head.
Oh.
There are still 2 guards at the end of the hallway, and they've more or less begun setting up the heavy bolter.
So, traitor.
The guy who is
Yeah.
the guy who is throwing his arms is just like immediately starts running towards you guys to get out of their firing range. He hunkers down right here, and you can see him just like hands on his head, he's on his hands and knees and is groveling at your feet, Lord Captain, just like blubbering inelegantly as he starts crying.
As I
God damn.
1, 2, 3. As that happens, I walk by and I go over here, and as I look at him and I go, So don't leave. So don't leave that spot, or you're gonna become the Ogren's next pincushion. As I walk over here, and I end my turn.
Yeah, since you pulled off a pretty strong power move, you just commissar walk, essentially, through the battlefield, and, no one really reacts to it.
Remember that scene in Modern Warfare 2 where General Shepard's just standing above you loading his revolver, and I just, walk on by? I just walk on by not giving a fuck for any of the bullets that are flying. That's my turn.
I have a question, Diego.
Yes?
Could I have actually used the run action last turn because I forgot that it was a thing?
That's a thing?
So that I could have gone 24 squares?
Bro.
Oh!
Yeah.
Bro. Fuck. I forgot about that. Oh well.
Okay.
Grant's really pissed off for him to roll that well. Holy shit.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love my character.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
I should have run. Oh, I hate FML, bro.
Okay.
What was that?
You can run. You can run the rest of your turn if you want, Cadium.
Great. Running is.
What were you about to say, Diego?
Triple your movement.
No, nothing. I'm just
5
agreeing
times
with
your agility bonus.
Okay. Expect
So at 4, it's 24 squares.
Oh
I
my
will
God,
say-
my music slaps.
7.
I will say if Will is taking the run action, he doesn't actually run since he's the Lord Captain. He just takes a nice leisurely power walk stroll.
Yeah, whereas Arc basically, I imagine, you know how in, stealth games, characters basically, slip in and out of, shadows and stuff in the most nonsensical, magically being able to disappear and reappear ways?
Yeah.
Arc.
Yeah.
How I imagine Grant is that he always walks with his non-shooting arm behind his back, and then he's always like this as he's just walking.
I like to
Yeah.
imagine that Cadium moves with his mechadendrites like fucking Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
terrifying?
He just climbs over things.
ZZ walking out, and they're just walking out casually, smiling, and just takes off his headscarf as people spontaneously just combust. It's
Yeah, I
so
think that's
menacing.
Dude,
Hello,
our party in general is just really terrifying. We got motherfucking Doc Ock. Arc, it's a fucking solid snake looking ass.
Literally,
Grant.
that's kind of what I want to turn him into eventually, because I have so much stealth
Terrifying.
gear. The needle pistol makes no noise, so it doesn't break concealment. If you see where I'm going with this.
I will say you guys are also missing out the terrifying mutant child and the fate and the
I
astronaut
did
with
talk
no
about
face.
the mutant child and the fake fucking spacesuit wearing looking ass.
Yeah.
I mean, technically the jobbers weren't wrong. However, they still
Speaking of
have
which,
to die.
hey Diego, top of the order.
Top of the order.
Ben.
I'm having so much fun right now.
Hey, you want to know a fucking secret? That's the whole fucking point.
Wow.
Beck,
Yes.
your companions are entering position to breach the final end of the hallway. What do you do?
Alright. Did I see the heavy bolter trying to go off?
No, they are getting ready to open fire it down the hallway. It will shred anything behind cover.
Alright. How
Unfortunate-
big is the... Go ahead.
Fortunately, though, if you kill or wound one of them before they can fire it, they can't operate it since this thing is so fucking big. It needs 2 people to fire properly.
Alright. How heavy is the cover in front of me?
It's a makeshift. It's a makeshift barricade. You can see it's made out of crates, some
Cooper, I would
bags
like to
of
just
rice.
draw you a diagram
sheet
real
metal.
quick using a line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, they're pretty far from me.
I'm just saying there's a lot of things in
Count dual wielding if both weapons are in the same hand.
Yes.
What?
That's just two-handing it, not dual wielding.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah,
No,
I was
no.
about to say.
Here's the thing. I have the murder ring.
Oh, the ring is a special weapon. It doesn't count as using a slot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the digi weapons do not count as occupying a full slot. It's just a piece of jewelry that can shoot people.
So then technically, can I shoot my gun and the ring in the same turn?
No.
Is the ring
Diego?
is the ring on the same hand as your gun hand?
Yes!
Probably.
Half action, shoot both. Well,
Yeah.
half action for one, half action for the other. But it's not your turn, Tam.
I know, I'm just
How
thinking
dare
about
you.
future.
How
Back.
dare you?
It's Cooper's turn.
I mean, it's a good question to ask, so I'm gonna say, if it's cool enough, then why not?
Sure. Great.
Anyway, it's still Cooper's turn. How do you want to play this, man?
Alright, they're pretty far from me. And
Yes.
move 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
You can also
5.
run.
Is that a half action or a full action?
What was it again? Elun, didn't you say it was an action to run?
Yeah, it's a full action to Neum.
Yeah, I'll just move there, and then they're setting it up, right?
Yeah.
It is set up,
So,
I thought.
They're still getting ready to... Yeah, running is a full action. Let's see. Do you have a full action, free action, a reaction? Do you have a digi-weapon on you, Cooper?
yes, the
You can-
fire one, I believe.
You can run and use the digi-weapon on the same turn.
I will take that advice into account then.
Yes,
Keep in
I
mind,
just...
though, we can't use them more than once in, like, a mission, so...
Well,
No, that's true.
I already placed my toad. What do you want me to do?
Fair.
Okay, so you basically
Oh my
run
god.
through...
He's all the
Oh,
way
no,
over there.
moment.
Cooper, your character is a master veteran of ship-borne combat. You have repelled boarding actions and led boarding actions yourself. So you know better than anyone here how to fight inside of the cramped confines of a ship. So you already know how to get from point A to point B so fucking fast that the goons don't even realize you're right in front of them until they blink. You're at point-blank range with a digi-weapon and a heavy bolter that's ready to be fired right in front of you.
He's
Roll
such a
me-
idiot.
Evolve, I guess.
I mean,
Dude, why is Becca cryptid?
Your digi-weapon. Roll me ballistic plus, let's see, since you're really close to them, close proximity, because I know that giving...
point blank. It's a melt-a-weapon, isn't it?
You,
Because those
you
are
said it's a-
special.
do you have the flamethrower?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
a
the-
melt-a-weapon. They need to make a dex check. Or agility
Okay.
check to get out of the way of that bitch.
Yeah,
But they take no damage if they get out of the way, and they take full damage if they do. Or
Okay, so
don't
I'm-
succeed.
Okay, so... Now, does it say Melta or Flamer on your profile?
If it's a flamer, then it uses that rule. If not, then... Fuck it.
I do not know. This is the first time using it for me.
Let me check through... Let me look up the digi-weapons, what they're called.
There's the Digiflamer and the Digimelta. That we have one of each.
Do you have the Melta or the Flamer, Cooper?
I have the sprayer. What?
That's the Flamer, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
flavor.
That's the Flamer.
Okay,
yep,
so I'm gonna roll...
that's a flamethrower.
I'm gonna roll for agility on these guys. Let's see, heading to photos. Why do I have 2 Safari tabs open?
I don't know, because you do.
That's usually when I.
Agility, 30. Okay, so I need to roll under 30, and I'm gonna give them a slight disadvantage since they're at close range, because, you know,
Yeah.
1d100, modifier to add, minus, let's say 10. So neither of them get out of the way in time.
Ah.
They're gonna be lit on fire!
Roll me damage.
Okay, Elun, what is the damage that I have to roll?
What type of flamer is this, mate?
It's a
Oh,
Digiflamer.
It's a digi-flamer? I'm assuming that's gonna have the stats of a hand flamer?
Sure.
No, hang on. It should be...
Diego, that's not a
Weapons.
weapon in the manual. I don't think. Unless it's in exotic weapons. It might be an exotic weapon, actually. Hold on.
That's
let me
strange. I
check.
thought I had it. I thought I had it written down here somewhere. Oh, that's because it's not on this document. Shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I have shit everywhere.
To be fair, I'm currently
Nah,
paging
it's
through a
fine.
book, like, constantly, so yeah. Hold on.
I'm
Exotic
added it to my
weapons.
sheet as we speak,
Digi-rings
so-
are not on here. Shock weapons, primitive weapons, power weapons. I know that digi-weapons are in here somewhere. I just don't remember their stats. Amputator shells, plasma flasks, bleeder rounds.
Digiflamer, right here. Roll me 1d10 plus 4.
You got it. 10 damage.
So one of them is just a burning corpse now, as he, like, does that little stop, drop, and roll on fire. He is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And since you did a little arc of flame, this guy is also dead.
Yeah, it's a pound,
Man,
so he
I
could
need to
angle
get
it.
to shoot a single person.
All in the day's work. Nice.
Art kind of
Goodness.
looks over to Cadium, completely forgetting he's still completely invisible to the naked eye, and just says, "Well, that was surprisingly simple." Ark is gonna
You are
walk.
invisible.
Right. Ark is gonna walk over to the guy who's currently on the ground. Is he still groveling?
Oh, yeah, he is just full on.
Hey, Diego! How terrifying do you think it would be for Ark to just reach out a single hand from under his cloak and basically pull the guy up by the back of his shirt to intimidate him to ask him something?
He'd start screaming. He starts screaming.
Okay, perfect. Ark basically takes one singular hand out of his cloak and basically pulls him up, pokes his head out to look at him. All right. So, what's the guy's name that we're trying to find? Out of context, Diego?
Crocker.
All right. So you're gonna tell us where Procker is if you know. All right?
Ah, okay, I'll tell you. Go down that hallway, make a right, and go down the elevator shafts.
Thank you. Ark kind of basically drops into the ground and looks to Grant. What are you? Your call, Lord Captain. What are we doing with this one?
Ark, could you ask
Yeah?
him about the traps?
Oh yeah, and where are the traps?
Just give me a second. I need a paper or something. At this
Ark
point,
has a data slate.
several household guards loyal to you, Lord Captain, emerge from the back of the hallway. Lord Captain, news from the front line. He hands you a small piece of paper and it says, "We winning."
We're winning!
You get the idea that whoever was trying to write this message wanted a more formally worded message, but based on the blood that's covering it, you kind of guess that they were busy elsewhere
Is the
to write out
signature-
the full message.
Is the
Too busy
signature
with
just two crudely drawn X's?
No, it actually is very nice handwriting, but you don't recognize it.
Grant nods,
It's just like that one Amazon review of just like works.
and then
Yeah.
he's gonna turn to the guy, and then he's gonna turn to his seneschal and goes, "Is that everything?"
Ark has basically handed the guy the data slate, by the way, with a map of the ships that he can mark a map of the deck so he can mark where the traps are. Diego.
He is frantically pointing out where the traps are.
Ark is making notes of where they are, and he kind of looks up to Grant and gives him a nod. Yep, think so.
I turn to the guy and I go, "What's your name?" It
Daniel,
doesn't matter.
sir.
So it doesn't matter. We are on a mission for the Emperor, and you decide to interrupt a holiday for all the workers of this entire ship.
I am sorry, Lord Captain. Just Crocker said if we joined him, we could all go home, and I haven't seen my wife in 3 years. She was pregnant when I left.
Do you love your Emperor?
Yes, Lord Captain, of course.
I lean down and I go, "Your wife is second to the Emperor."
Yes, Lord Captain. Of course she is, sir.
Are you so? Do you repent?
Yes, sir. I'll do anything.
I turn
Just
to the
please let me
soldiers.
live so I can. Just please let me live so I can see her again and serve the Emperor for the rest of my life like an honest man.
Well, you cannot go unpunished. As I stand up and I look toward the soldiers, and as I am walking away, and as I look toward the data slate, I'm not even facing the group overall. I say, "Break one of his legs."
One of the guards pulls out a truncheon and immediately starts wailing on the guy's leg without hesitation.
And then from there it goes, your sins are forgiven. Now get him out of here.
Thank you, Lord Captain. Oh, my leg. And the guards just like roughly grab him and drag him out. And one of the enforcers present just looks on and he says, "The old captain would have taken his hand."
Art kind of mutters under his breath, quiet enough that only Grant would be able to hear. Yeah, and they took an eye and a couple fingers, but...
As I look toward, I turn to Ark instead, and I go, so he goes, he can at least, he has enough of his limbs to get back to work. Removing a hand makes him less productive. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
The enforcers silently nod in approval. Like you get the feeling that they're more comfortable breaking legs than they are amputating people.
Yeah.
And besides, bionics cost money.
Yeah, I just love Ark. It's like, yeah, they took my fingers. Mm-hmm. And Grant's just like, yeah, that makes people less productive, Lamau.
Yeah. Get back to work. Anyway.
Kenny looks at his own arms.
Just casually appearing out of nowhere and basically just going, alright, so you're gonna answer some questions. And the guy's just like, at this point, between the Grant basically just staring him down and Ark appearing out of nowhere, the two most powerful people on the ship is just pissing himself.
You do not. You do not beg a Kriegsman for your life.
Cadium, he kind of like looks at Grant, looks at his arms, he goes, "I think I'm plenty productive. Thanks."
Art kind of looks to Cadium and pats him on the shoulder. Look, bionic limbs are expensive. And we need you for things other than getting lower Dexman bionic limbs.
That's my favorite part of the job.
At this point,
I'm sure there'll be plenty of Enforcer's limbs to replace after this one, Cadium. Now let's get going.
Do any of you guys want to explore the rest of the deck before you go deeper towards Crocker's hideout?
Sure, bet.
Yes,
as long as there's a trap here.
Given that we know where all the traps are, Diego, yeah, sure.
I want to check north.
Also,
I want to check this one.
during this entire conversation, Zizi sort of walked up, putting their hair back in its ponytail with the headscarf.
One of the guards, a woman, wordlessly helps hold your hair so that you can do it appropriately. She just looks down and says, "Oh, you have nice hair."
I prefer this other than the knots. It's easier to undo, as I just did.
Diego, can I do like a slight headcanon thing? Remember that guy I obliterated? Was he the one who called ZZ a pet?
No, ZZ.
No.
The guy who basically exploded was the one who called ZZ a pet. He died in the first round of combat.
The guy who convulsed on the floor, basically, and then proceeded to smash his head against the wall so much that it turned into a bloody pulp, is the one who called Zizi a pet, apparently.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
he had a massive nosebleed before it.
Time to go more purging. Let's do this.
You found the secondary armory. You can see that there are weapon racks that are just empty and stripped bare.
Actually,
and you can see a few bodies in the corner of who you can assume to be the armorers who worked here. They were all executed, shot in the back of the head, unfortunately.
Art kind of pokes his head around the corner. Still being a little fucking cryptid, though he does turn off the synth skin, so he's partially visible. And just kind of looks in. Would he have the manifest for this particular weapon bay?
You have the manifest for every weapon bay.
Cool, can I look what was in this one?
Using
the magic of data slate?
From the looks of it, most of it was just stubbers, monoswords, some light munitions, and the heavy bolter that's posted outside.
Okay,
you can see there are scrape marks leading out of the armory towards the barricades.
Okay.
They had to pull it out manually.
Art kind of basically scrolls through the data slate. Nothing too dangerous here. Monoswords, stubbers, some munitions, nothing special, and of course the heavy bolter that they dragged out there.
Mhm.
So we shouldn't be dealing with anything too dangerous. The Arbides and the Mechanicus definitely are far more equipped than these rebels.
Do we still have enforcers with us? Or are they just
Those are the-
secure the area?
Those are the red people. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there's like 4 of them, and more are coming in.
Alrighty. I point.
They are
towards,
setting up defensive positions.
I go. All right, 3 of you, dismantle that heavy bolter and follow us.
Yes, sir. Just gonna make some guys here where the heavy bolter is. You can see that they are starting to take apart the bolter. Like, these guys know what they're doing. Unlike
The other guys
mutineers.
didn't.
Yeah, so these guys disassemble and remount the heavy bolter quite easily. But it's still a fucking heavy thing. Like, this was designed for space marines to use.
Exactly.
Or a team of Ogrins.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I tell them, stay close behind us. I'll tell you when.
Yes, sir.
I'll
Who's the
stand
blue
here.
guy? Cadmium, you're the blue one, right?
I'm the blue one.
Blue. I'll be
I'm
right
the
back.
blue. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
blue.
You
I desire
see,
to look.
you see a room full of. This is a storage room, full of what looks to be just general supplies. But towards the back of the room, you see what appears to be 3 sub-chambers, and in front of the sub-chambers are very large, empty canisters of promethium.
What the fuck is promethium?
You know,
I feel like Canyon would know. I don't know.
so promethium is kind of like super gasoline.
Ah, fantastic. That's good to know. It's empty.
It's the same. It's the stuff they put inside flamers as fuel.
Ark. Oh, it's gone.
Elun stepped out.
Hey, boss.
Yes.
You know promethium? You know the stuff to fill flamers and fuel flamers? You know promethium? You know that stuff, boss?
I'm quite aware.
They're empty.
Hmm. Okay.
It's empty.
Would I be able to glance at the manifest if there was any kind of like melta weapons in this area?
Not in this area, no, but you do know that Crocker has agents around the ship. So it's not unlikely that a melta charge went missing sometime before the mutiny.
Fantastic.
Tracking down exactly where it was stolen will take you a while, though, unfortunately, because this is a massive ship of thousands of people.
So is it more like as in they have melta weapons, or should I expect basically promethium IEDs?
Well, you're not really sure. These people don't really know how to work with explosives. These are just regular servicemen.
Yo, bitches.
But-
What did I miss?
There's several tanks of promethium that are empty.
Empty. Cadmium found-
Interesting!
Yeah, Cadmium found them. Teehee. How fun. Yeah. I do want to look in these other rooms. See, let's
The
see what we
sub-chambers?
got. Yeah, the sub-chambers. Let's see what we got in here.
Give me a second.
Take your time.
Ark would have forwarded the trap map to everyone, by the way.
Oh, yeah. You know exactly where to go and where not to go. And, hang on. Just, copy image. Can you erase the little block in that room for me?
Sure.
Yep. Pentagram!
Ah, great.
It's not a pentagram. Let me put it where you guys can see it. Go to... Yeah, just go to... No, not stuff, I'd say. General pictures. Oh, this is from the D&D stuff.
Try Rogue Trader Central.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, Rogue Trader Central, here. Go to Rogue Trader Central. You see this symbol etched in blood on the wall.
Great. What does that mean?
Oh,
Does Cadmium know? Can I attempt to find out?
Do you have forbidden lore warp?
No.
I do.
No, but call Ark over, he succeeds automatically. I'm kidding.
Yeah, but Cadmium doesn't know that.
I do.
Cadmium,
I think.
ZZ,
ZZ.
I do!
ZZ knows this pretty much right off the bat because like this is something they've seen. This is the symbol of Zinch.
What?
Who the fuck is Zinch?
Fuck.
Wait, actually.
Yeah?
Oh!
Me and
Someone
Tam
who's
don't
not
know.
me. What's going on?
So, you know how there's all sorts of messed up shit in the warp?
It's one of the. It's one of the
my job.
like.
Chaos God.
Zinch is a chaos god.
Yeah,
Shit.
the chaos
One of the-
creatures are all the demons. The lords, the demons
Shit.
of the warp.
Zinch is one of the 4 principal ruinous powers that menace the Imperium on a daily basis. Zinch particularly favors convoluted schemes, ambition, betrayal, and heretical cults that undermine entire sectors in convoluted plots that can take centuries to execute.
Oh, how delightful! They're stupid.
Lovely.
Yep. And
Your ship has been infested with a chaos cult.
Yeah, and out of
Yay.
context, people who served Zinch actually can gain psionic and close to magical powers from the god if they are high
Worthy
enough in insanity.
Cool.
It's like the leader guy.
Yep.
Diego.
Yes.
I have this little trait called hatred, and I chose chaos as my hated enemy.
I saw.
Oh.
I know. I know very much.
The excitement.
We discussed this. You and I, we discussed this. We talked about this. You hate
And then-
chaos.
And then from there, Grant is like he clenches his fist. He's beginning to seethe, and then from there, he just is there like a what was it? He walks out and he walks up. So he walks out and he tells an enforcer. He goes bring me bring me your I hold my hand and I go give me your pulse pack.
Your what? My what? My what? My what,
His-
sir?
His pulse pack, you know, for lasgun.
He pulls out an extra pulse pack for las pack.
Last pack. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, he pulls out a las pack for you. It's mint condition, fully charged, ready to go. Yes, sir.
And I basically snatch out of his hand. I walk out. I walk back in into it was at the door of the room, and he goes, so get out. And as I basically overcharge it, and I toss
Yes,
it into the
sir.
room. I take one single side step away, and as it blows up, I look back and I just gaze into the fire.
Boss.
Cadmium. That was a chaos god symbol, by the way.
Art kind of pokes his head out, and could
cool,
I
fantastic.
assume that he'd at least gotten a glimpse of it, Diego?
You hear Chaos God symbol, and that's all you need to know.
Cadmium kind of like leans closer to the ZZ,
Arc-
and he kind of just goes, ZZ, I know that sure, great, Chaos God symbol, but also, I really don't think that throwing things and lighting our ship on fire about it isn't a good idea.
Art kind of whispers, like joins the huddle and whispers to ZZ, ZZ,
Yes.
which one?
You just say the
Zinch.
blue one.
The blue one.
Zinch?
I'm
Uh-huh.
the blue one.
Oh, so, is this a good time to mention? Zinch is a patron deity of, warlocks and wizards who practice dark magic?
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I
Great.
know.
Who, yeah, you
still
know,
not
Cadmium
least
does
to
it.
blow
I'm
up
explaining to
partnership.
Cadmium, ZZ.
Thanks.
Yeah, by the way, he's also a mastermind of cults, so it's very likely that the guy at the head of this cult is actually blessed by Zinch, so we're dealing with dark magic. Woo! Hey, Grant!
He gets the
maybe you
same
should
kind of powers
talk
I
to
do,
Grant right
except
now.
more evil.
I think
I-
Grant is being a little, blowing things up right now. Mood.
As it happens,
Because already called out to him.
as it happens, I have very box-shaped shoulders, and Grant he only barely turns his head, but he's still gazing into the fire. But you can definitely tell that he's paying attention to you.
Given you're a commissar of Krieg and have served the God Emperor at a much closer capacity than I have, you know how to, perhaps have any tricks to counter chaos magic? Just highly theoretically.
Do I?
Oh,
Guys, what are you all talking about?
If shoot
people
first,
to do.
shoot first, by the way, is obviously an option, but I mean, like, other than that. Beck, we're talking about, he lowers his voice. The Chaos God Zinch.
What?
Diego,
Yo,
which deity do the Thousands prefer?
the Thousand Sons are sworn and irreversibly bonded to Zinch.
Yup.
But why is Grant doing that?
And then
Well,
I
I
look
thought we were
over-
gonna go kill people.
And I go, we are.
He found a symbol that indicates that the people who were fighting are part of a Chaos God's cult, which probably granted the leader magical powers, and magic meaning magic, not me magic, like
Not
actual
psionic
magic.
powers. Actual power
Yeah.
drawn from daemons and, the Chaos Realm. That
The war-
kind of
no
magic.
idea what you guys
You know,
are saying.
outlawed in the entire Imperium of Man and the Coronus Expanse, Beck. You know,
Okay. And then I walk back and I go, okay.
Man.
Only thing we can do do about heretics is to remove is to purge it. And now that I know that now that I know that this is Zinch, I fought enough wars against these kind of things. I've suppressed rebellions. There's nothing we can do. We've already.
We can't kill them?
Huh?
We can't kill them.
No, they're still killable. However, the root cause of it is still deep within it. If anything, this whole rebellion was sparked up because one person felt like as if they were their contract wasn't being honored.
I highly doubt it's that simple.
There's something more
No,
at work.
yeah, no
Either
sane
way.
mortal prays to a chaos deity. You gotta be pretty far down the rabbit hole of batshit to turn to that. So there's more here
Yeah.
than meets the eye.
Well,
At this
Regardless,
as I look
At
around,
this point, do you want to go first or?
I'll finish my thought before I move on. I go, Ark. These are one of the lower classes of individuals that are often not really noticed by the greater crew. This is a hotbed for any form of heretical thought.
yeah, you see, I normally wouldn't advocate for mass genocide, but as long as we can just get a picture of the next time we find one of those symbols inscribed on the walls near where we kill the guys, I'm pretty sure we can convince the rest of the crew that, we murdered a couple thousand due to, a Zinch cult in the name of the God Emperor.
And then from there it goes, well, some are still savable, but we have to remove the zealots and the devout. We're running out of time.
And anyone who has the mark. Yep.
So we're running
I
out
know.
of time.
So
And then, and then
Boy.
from there, you can currently see that hit my shoulders. You know, like in horror, like slasher villains, where they, like Jason Voorhees, when his shoulders are like, the way how he breathes, he's getting very aggressive. Grant cracks his neck, and he's gonna go. Time to finish. So time to finish this. As I leave the room.
can I go murder more people now?
Let's
Can I
go.
go look in these more rooms?
Yay!
Actually-
You guys
I don't
search
think
through.
we have time.
You guys have the option of either staying here and searching the rest of the rooms or progressing on. If you search the rooms now, you might lose the advantage.
Yeah, Ark is
No,
gonna
wait.
come back
Later.
later.
We can just.
Um,
Ark, by the way, is going to fill in out of context on what I know as the player, because technically Ark is a walking encyclopedia due to his skill at knowing every single technical lore skill. TLDR for Tam, Skid, and Cooper. The Chaos deities are basically the ultimate form. Worshipping them is the ultimate form of heresy against the God Emperor. They've been terrorizing the Imperium of Man for decades and are the things that cause daemons and other chaos creatures to appear in ships when you travel through the warp. In addition, no sane person, as Ark said, worships chaos deities. It stems from a point of insanity that can either be from the warp itself or just general insanity and basically feeling like they have nowhere else to turn. Once a chaos cult starts, especially under Zinch, I want to say the most devout followers of the cult will get a brand of the specific chaos god that will appear on their skin. Basically, that is the start of the mutations. Eventually, most followers of Zinch in specific, the cultists, will turn into chaos creatures, such as daemons, etc. And anyone who has started to develop the mark cannot be saved and must be killed, no matter what.
Murder is
That's your
always an
briefing out of context. Ark would explain all of that in a very hushed voice to everyone as we're walking, other than Zizi, who already knows.
Because Zizi probably took like a month of lessons on this at some point in their life.
Kadim's adding that to his log.
Yep.
So you guys progress forward.
Yep.
Yeah.
Seems so.
Everyone turn to page 32, set up at the far left of the middle corridor.
Cool. Rolling down.
Sorry, Diego, for kind of going on a spiel. I just wanted to fill everyone in.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Ark would, by the way, be back to being invisible at this point.
Oh, look,
Oh yeah,
cover.
probably a smart idea.
I wonder if I could kill someone this time. That'd be cool.
Okay, so you guys reach a massive loading deck. 35K row 1. And you can hear Crocker in the distance. I am through. You know it, brothers and sisters. The Lord Captain has forsaken us. The God Emperor himself has forsaken us. But rejoice, for I bring to you a new truth. A new God.
Ark, by the way, has switched on his recording device.
And at this point, you can see that there are several goons in attendance listening to Crocker, but a lot of them don't really know what he's talking about. It's like, one of the goons steps forward. It's like, Crocker, you mad git. You said if we rebelled, we'd be turning over back to footfall by now. Ship ain't moved ever since your little rebellion, and our boys are dying out in the cargo corridor. What the fuck are you talking about? And you guys are all at a very comfortable distance from all this, by the way, but you can see and hear what's going on very well.
That's why I said Ark has on his recording device to capture the guy's mad sermon.
And you can see Crocker just like walking, and you guys get actually a good look at Crocker now, and he looks kind of disheveled, filthy. Like, this guy looks like he's worked in a sewage treatment plant for a while. But he's supposed to be working in the plasma deck instead. And he looks pretty in charge of what's going on, and who's moving all the way towards the front?
Well,
Well,
Well?
Get your ass back here while we finish listening to the spiel.
Just Worley moves the token back, yeah. Sorry, it's just that, Ed, I was in the middle of doing thing and you didn't announce what you were doing, so sorry, man.
It's okay. I was just doing it for the meme. Anyways, continue.
Yeah. You see Crocker look up the mutineer in the eyes. Ah. If it isn't Bendel. Bendel the Insecure. How many times have you questioned everything that's happened? You ask a lot of questions, and now that I provide you the answers, you don't want to hear it. Such a shame. I'm going to give you a chance, laddie. Hear me out, and I will explain it. And then Bendel pushes him. He's like, enough of that talk. Listen, I'm loyal to the throne. Good lot of us are. But we want to be loyal our way. We don't want to be toiling down here in the lower decks forgotten while the lords and nobles eat until they're fat and full. We do honest work. And honestly, the work isn't even honest anymore. I just want to go home. So shut your trap and get the Lord Trader on the line. We could negotiate a settlement, maybe a ceasefire. And you see, in the blink of an eye, Crocker has pulled out a las pistol and shot Bendel straight in the chest.
oh,
And Crocker says, "Do you not lecture me, lad? I know what I'm doing, and I do it for my new Lord and Savior. And I will not let the rest of ye question me. Men of little faith like ye belong down here. But I am destined for greatness. I alone deserve this. And you lot are gonna shut up and stay in line, or you end up like Bendel down here." The various mutineers in attendance look at each other, and they just... At this point, you notice how tired they look. How broken down they seem. a number of them are sporting bionic replacements for various limbs and eyes. A lot of them don't even hold their guns like soldiers. A lot of them just look tired. And still they listen to Crocker, who is raving and spouting nonsense, but something doesn't seem right about this. This doesn't really seem like a chaos cult at work. This looks more like a madman who has positioned himself above everyone else. But then you hear mechanical screeching from the room across the cargo corridor. Cadmium,
That's me.
you recognize this electronic screeching. It's in the lingua technica.
I do know that.
It's a distress call. The tech priest is being held in that room, and he's calling for help.
Yeah, I'm gonna help that boy. Oh yeah. Cadmium's going to like nudge he doesn't know where Ark is, so he's going to lean in the general direction of where he last saw Ark, and he's gonna go, the tech priest is sending out a distress call.
Art kind of mutters to Cadmium, given that you're not a typical tech priest, are they any good in a fight?
I don't know. Are tech priests good in a fight, Diego?
You're not sure about this one. This one doesn't seem like he's ready for combat.
Okay, Art kind of looks,
Probably not.
leans into Cadmium. Alright, they can't see me. I'm completely invisible. If you guys want to take a frontal assault, I can go around and try and secure one of the entrances to that room and gank anyone who comes after him. Because my guess, you get the far entrance, I get the closer one?
Sure.
Art kind of like nudges ZZ, which is really uncanny because he's invisible. Alright.
I would also like to point out, Cadmium,
Yeah.
you have a servo skull, right?
I do have a servo skull. Mido.
You could. There are air vents in this corridor. You can send Mido to reconnaissance.
Oh my god, I can. I'm going to do that. Cadmium's gonna be like, okay, Mido, do you want to go in the vents? Do you want to have some fun? Do you want to do some fun stuff? I know you love reconnaissance. Please, for me. I'll outfit you with some cool stuff later.
Your servo skull does not respond in a way a normal person would. It just hovers there, waiting for your instructions.
Cadmium likes to talk to the servo skull. Anyway, head on into the vents and do some recon for me. I can see through you. You know that. Yeah, Mido. Little guy. Cool. Great.
Beep. Beep. Garg. You see the small servo skull flying away. And here's the thing. Servo skulls are kind of neutral entities. So even though most of the mutineers can see it, they don't really care because they're like, yeah, it's just a servo skull. It's just doing maintenance.
Yeah,
And Crocker, the one person who would care, is too busy yelling at his men.
And unfortunately,
Art
they don't know
kinda,
Cadmium's servo skull either, and Cadmium is very nice to anything with a machine spirit in there.
Gets a little closer to the Grant so that he can continue to keep his voice down. Alright, Zizzy and I are gonna secure the two entrances to where the tech priest is, just in case they decide to try and use them as, I don't know, blackmail, try and hold a gun to his head and tell us to drop our weapons. So, hopefully we can keep him safe. If the rest of you are okay with going on a more direct path to the slaughter, slaughtering the mutineers, I should clarify. I think we've got a plan, but it's your call at the end of the day.
Cadmium,
Yes.
in theory, would he go nuts if I took my headscarf off? Or would he be fine?
Technically, the tech priest?
Mm-hmm.
Technically we're still people. So yes.
I will say that you still need to recharge from using your lidless thermometer, ZZ.
Fuck!
It takes a lot out of you.
Diego.
Wash here. Let it sit on your face for a little.
I have a question, Diego.
Yes?
Would Ark be able to basically silently, while the rest of the party was preparing their guns, basically, I'm just going to move my token there as a hypothetical, basically slip past with a silent move check to get to about here to execute the plan, TM?
You could, but it will be very risky. Because you're sneaking by a number of people.
Are there vents that lead into that room with the guy with the tech priest in there?
Yeah, you sent Mito through one of them.
Great,
Yeah,
Mito
Ark
has a
would-
knife on him. In
Yeah,
case they
Ark-
actually tied up the tech priest.
and Ark-
Cadium can see through Mito.
Skid, Ark wouldn't fit through the vents, and he needs to
I
get
know,
over
but
there.
Mito can, and Mito can free the tech priest because there's no one else but the tech priest in the room,
As we know.
as we know
Yeah. From Mito.
from Mito, which Cadium can know because he can see through Mito. So Cadium can first relay some information about the room. Depending on how tied up the tech priest is, untie the tech priest, or
Actually,
help
Diego,
the
second
tech
question,
priest.
how big are the vents?
Only big enough for like a small thing like a servo skull.
Okay, yeah.
The servo
that's what I
skulls were
thought.
the servo skulls were designed specifically to be able to fit through vents.
Yeah. So, Diego, if I highly theoretically had like a plus 30 to silent move, do we think I could sneak over there with a check?
Possibly.
How difficult are we talking? I want a number.
Minus 10.
Okay, I need to roll a 61 or below. I can probably do that. Out of context, are we all okay with this plan before I try it?
We could probably just like see what Mito sees first before you go all the way and sneak over there.
Yeah, but Skid, when I'm thinking out of context, and I might be overthinking things, but also that's a better position for Ark to be in anyway if I want to lay down suppressive fire. I'm thinking if the guys are smart, especially because Crocker is fucking insane, and the Mechanicus we need the Tech Priest back because otherwise the Mechanicus are going to get pissed and we need the Mechanicus to go anywhere. If Ark and ZZ both position at the front of these two areas, I'm just moving tokens as a hypothetical, with guns, the likelihood that they are going to be able to get in to harm or threaten the Tech Priest is very low. Whereas if we all come in from the front, that's less of a simple task.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, not Cadium. Ark can be invisible. I cannot.
Yeah,
Which
you can
means
teleport.
I would rather be out of sight.
Yeah,
when it comes
that's
to
why
having
ZZ
them in front of me.
teleports.
Yes.
Cool.
Cool.
So,
Plan.
is everyone okay with this plan? Will, I know that your dad is in the room, so, Cooper,
Time to roll
thoughts?
some dice.
So, TLDR
Hopefully I can actually
of the
hit-
current plan.
Shoot something right now.
TLDR of the
So-
current plan, Ark sneaks over to this area. ZZ on the first surprise round of combat teleports to, oh my god, fucking A my mouse, this area, so that they can't basically go in there and blackmail the Tech Priest. And then the three remaining gremlins, you, Cadium, and Beck, basically come in from the front. We also then would have a flanking advantage, which would be nice.
Wait,
Yep.
can't they see us? Or was
They can
that-
see you guys, they can't see Ark, and ZZ can teleport.
What are these little
It is mostly
like
hidden
gray
by
things?
this-
Are these walls?
Cover, I'm
They're
assuming.
crates.
Yeah, cover.
They're
So
basic.
ZZ
They're
is,
massive
like,
crates.
Except
Sure.
from this guy.
Okay. So,
Well,
plans a go.
I'm good.
Before we begin, Mito,
Yes, Mito.
you sent him up on reconnaissance before the plan's enacted. Mito fits in through the air vent, and after a bit of jangle through the air vents, emerges into the room where I'm just going to just so you guys have a representation of what Mito's looking in through.
Ah, alright.
Okay.
Mito's looking through the vents, and you can Mito can see the Tech Priest building something in the room.
Since Cadium
The
can
tech
see through Mito, can he try and identify what this thing is?
You observe silently as Crocker's ranting outside. The tech priest seems to be siphoning something into a large device in the center of the room. It looks really weird, with lots of jagged metal spikes pointing out of it in arbitrary manners.
Adium, could you
And you
describe
can-
it to the rest of the party?
In a second, I want to hear Diego telling us what the fuck it is first.
The weird thing.
Yeah, the weird.
You can see the tech priest is scavenging, and you can hear it belting out another distress signal, but it doesn't seem distressed. The tech priest is
Okay.
calmly working as he gives out a distress call, and you can see behind him a partially drained tank of promethium.
Oh god.
He pulls out a hose connecting the tank to the device, and you can see the promethium drop as it is being fed into the machine. And the tech priest takes a step back, admires the machine, and slowly and reverently pulls back the hood to reveal the symbol of Zinch has been tattooed all across what's left of his organic face.
Fuck.
As Cadium is seeing through Mido's eyes, he starts he knows what general direction Ark is in, so he kind of like starts feeling around and tapping Ark
Eventually
repeatedly.
bumps into him, yeah.
He kind of like starts like tapping Ark repeatedly.
Yes.
We need to kill the tech priest.
We need to what?
We need to kill the tech priest.
Cadium,
Yeah?
that is a heretic.
Yeah, we need to kill the tech priest. That's what he's saying. Just like
Ark kind
Get the
of
tech priest.
whispers back to Cadium.
Chaos influence.
It's tattooed all over his face.
Ark kind of
Doesn't matter if he dies.
whispers to Grant.
I'm gonna snap a
Whispers to Cadium. Snap a photo so the the Mechanicus understands why. But yes, we'll kill him.
Understood. Cadium will do that. He'll snap a little photo with Mido.
Mido.
With Mido, my little guy.
Okay. Ark kind of.
And also, Cadium is going to describe the thing that the tech priest is building.
would Zizi and Ark know what that is?
Could Cadium
No,
know what it
you-
is? Like a tech use thing?
No, you're just looking at. You have no way of knowing what is inside the machine. You just know it's covered in spiky bits and is being fed promethium. You don't really know what it is, but you can
Diego.
you can make an
Trap 'em
educated
all.
you can make an educated guess that this could be some strange communication device. It could be a bomb. It could just be a microwave. You don't know until you can get up close enough to examine it.
Lovely. Okay. So Ark
Cool.
kind of looks to Grant. Well then, the tech priest doesn't need to be killed, but I'd still like to get a little closer so I can lay down suppressive fire. Other
Diego,
than that,
would
Yes.
this be a forbidden lore check, dice test?
For what?
For you, yes. You likely have encountered this device before.
May
I was
give-
gonna say, Diego, I can succeed on any lore check if Grant doesn't. So yeah, we'll roll first, but then.
So let's see. Thinking. I'm gonna pull up your sheet again. Seeing what you have here. Forbidden lore. You don't have any forbidden lore skills.
I have Adeptus Mechanicus and Archaeotech, I guess.
Yeah, I have Archaeotech, Underworld, and Xenos.
Hush. Hatred, chaos. Nothing trained in logic, so roll me intelligence plus 10. Captain Grant.
I'm looking for the channel now. There it is.
Let's see.
So it's actually just adds 10 to the DC, so that's a 9.
Captain Grant,
Yes.
you remember from the description alone, what this device is. You encountered it while fighting on the moons of Skato Minor. This is a strange hybrid of communication device and power source. It's specifically meant to channel arcane energies in warp rituals.
Warpstone called it.
But it's
Sorry.
not necessarily meant to summon or commune with anything. It is purely a machine to convert. You have seen men, good soldiers and loyal citizens, fall victim to these devices. And what emerged as a result of the machine's energies tore through regiments in the blink of an eye. It is, in essence, a machine that can turn someone into something less than a demon, but more than human.
Like the little tentacle chaos things? The labs?
Destroying the machine is in your best interest.
Mm-hmm. When destroying the machine, would I have to worry about a ripple effect, like as if destroying it releases energy started within?
No. The promethium would be an issue. But if you're able to, but the cargo corridor you're in has already been sealed off with this in mind. You get a sense that Crocker and his heretic companion have made adequate preparations to ensure that they don't die if the machine is destroyed.
Would Grant relay this information to the party?
Grant is going to clench his fist, and then he's going to recite all that he knows, and then from there he turns to everyone and goes, "Now's the time. Let's go."
Ark kind of mutters to quickly under his breath to Cadium.
Cadium, how easily can you make a new Mido?
Why do you ask? Why do you ask?
So is there a self-destruct button on that little thing?
No, but it has a knife.
How sharp is this knife?
Not as sharp as the one on my Mechadendrite, but sharp enough.
Is it a sword capable of puncturing? Yes, Grant?
He nods toward the enforcers with the heavy bolter emplacement.
The soldiers come in and quickly and quietly begin setting up the heavy bolter.
I need to find metal servo skull stats real quick. I usually have them pulled up, but I don't have things for his knife.
Grant is going to nod to the party. He's going to go carry out the plan. We're ending this now, as he walks over to the assault heavy bolter crew.
So,
Ark, what's
can
the
I
plan?
shoot yet?
Ark kind of looks to ZZ.
No point in saving him. He's already corrupt. So,
He kind of turns to ZZ.
fire away.
Could Ark
Wait,
creep
hold on.
closer before combat started?
Yeah, you can. Well, at this point, Crocker has winded down and is like, "All right, you've asked, and I shall deliver. Your salvation is." What? He pulls out a Vox beam. He's like, "What do you mean we've been had? You blubbering pile of bolts! You promised me paradise and you've given me hell! Look, I don't care, just fire the machine!" Cadium.
Yeah. Stab.
In that split second, you see through Mido, and you see the tech priest is speaking into a Vox beat as well. And he's like, "The machine is operational. Yes. Yes, of course. Understood."
Mido stab!
Mido stab.
The heretic presses his hand on the machine and starts to pull down a lever.
Mido stab.
At this point, Mido busts out of the grate ventilation shaft and buzzes straight towards the heretic. What? No! He desperately pulls out a blast. He pulls out a small las pistol and starts shooting, but Mito's too fast, and before anything can happen,
Mito, go! Go, Mito, go!
No!
Mito has running slashed the neck of the heretic.
Woo!
Hell
Mito stab!
Mito, stab!
But the heretic merely turns around towards the servo skull
Uh-oh.
as a black and blue bile flows out of the neck wound.
Ew.
The architects of fate send their...
Yes.
The heretic falls down, but he pulls down the lever full way using the weight of his falling body.
Fuck.
Can Mito
The machines-
push the lever back up?
The machine sparks to life, and Crocker, you notice now that there are crude metal implements embedded all over Crocker's body, and he starts to spark to life. It's like, yes, yes, witness me to my
he's turning himself into a
glorious
demon.
ascension. I shall become a prince among the warp. I am favored by... What? No! You promised! You lied!
Yeah, he's becoming a screamer, probably.
As this is going
You
down,
see his
Or a
body...
horror.
You see his body warp and distort and grow and age and... So many things happen at once. Everyone turn to enemy NPCs.
Diego.
Ooh, let's see if I can identify what chaos creature this is.
Diego.
Yeah.
Fun.
Well, all this.
Oh!
While all this is going down, can Grant be like walking past everyone, and then stand like
Yeah.
out here as
Arc-
he's ranting and talking?
Or could be about here, I think.
Kadim would follow
Yeah.
along. For funsies.
You guys can move forward a bit. Beck and ZZ, you can reposition as well.
Diego, I want to call it a pink horror, but I don't think that's what it is.
Pink. And it's a horror. Pink horror.
Will, what do you want to do as you walk past... The mutineers are staring into horror as Crocker horribly mutates. None of them react to you, and if anything, a number of them seem to back you up as they walk with you.
Mm-hmm. Grant is going to look at him, and he goes, as he's like, as that guy's like ranting, as he turns to his right, and he kind of goes, I am new to this role of, what was the Lord Protector, or what was it called? Lord something?
Captain.
Lord Captain, as your Lord Captain. I manage much, and in the name of the Imperium, and for he who sits on the golden throne. We are all bound by this duty, and however, it's not always feasible. I apologize for not hearing your calls. I must be like the Emperor because he listens to all. He cannot answer every prayer, and he works in different ways. As this guy's like violently mutating, and then from there, I saw Grant. Even though he's like, probably really tiny, and he's like looking at something twice his size, he unholsters his plasma pistol, and then he's gonna go, these are for all the souls I've given for the Emperor. As he starts, as he flicks on the weapon begins to power up, and then, and before anything else happens, like when combat starts, he's gonna fire.
Diego, I have a second guess. Is this a chaos spawn?
Ding, 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 ding.
Yay!
Oh, and can I use that as like a command to like basically have them either rally or flee? That's basically what I'm asking.
Roll me command plus 30.
Command plus 30? Got it.
It's helped in part because their boss just started turning into a chaos spawn, and you showed up and offered them sanity and safety, and they're like, fuck this, I didn't sign up to fight for a squid.
Mm-hmm. So
Roll me for that.
Alrighty. 23.
Good news, they're on your side.
Fuck yeah!
And then from there, as everyone like those who are willing to fight, and before I fire my first shot, I yell out loud, for him, on Terra, as they fire.
Play the music, Will.
I fucking love this song.
Based.
Roll me an attack plus 20 on the Crocker spawn.
Crocker spawn! Chaos spawn of Zinch are pretty nasty things.
I'm
if I
using a fate
remember
point
correctly.
for my second roll.
Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Is that enough?
Yes. The Chaos Spawn is fully formed by now, screeching. And that's when the Plasma Bolt hits it square in the shoulder.
As soon as you said that, Diego, the beat just dropped.
I know.
15.
Alright. 15 points of damage. It is reduced. But it takes the damage. The Crocker Spawn starts jittering madly like an insane idiot, and cleaves the man in front of it in two.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh.
Do we need to roll for initiative, Diego?
Roll for initiative, everybody.
Cool.
I am moving these. I'm repositioning the
Their commissar
Silverwind.
is in town, motherfuckers.
8.
I would like to have the crew set up here.
Woo!
Setting up right there. Yeah.
Goddamn back!
Damn, 17. Holy fuck. I don't get to murder anything today. You guys are gonna kill things before I can
This
get
is a
thing.
chaos spawn! This is a chaos spawn skid! I'm not gonna
I will
tell
get to
you
hit
just
it.
how fucked these things are, but they can cleave a person in half in one hand.
I get to hit it? Yay. Can't cleave me in half. I'm always lightly wounded.
Depends,
I'm always lightly
skid.
wounded.
Depends, skid.
I'm always
no,
lightly
no. You can still take critical damage, even if you're only lightly wounded. The minute you take more damage than you have hit points, you start taking critical damage. It does not matter.
Critical damage, but also I'm still lightly wounded, TD.
Yeah, it doesn't matter when you're, getting limbs hacked off, skid.
Still, just a flesh wound.
No, not just a flesh wound.
It technically is just a flesh wound.
No.
Mercadium, technically,
bad
yes.
Skadoodle. No,
It's-
bad Skadoodle. Actually,
I'm always considered lightly wounded.
Also,
No.
I would like to mention that this initiative is the exact same as last time.
just with different numbers. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Beck,
Bruh.
you have top it around. What do you do?
Good old paranoia. Alright. How immediate does it look to be coming after Grant?
It is staring him down and has a clean shot at him.
Oh.
Slide over table.
Slide to the left. Slide to the right.
Crisscross. Everybody pull out power sword.
Woo!
Alright, I'll pull out power sword and fuck, that was a half. Is there a half action to dodge?
No,
You can
it's a
charge.
reaction to dodge.
I'm pretty sure you can charge.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes, you
What's
can.
that?
It allows you a half move and an attack as a full action. If I remember correctly.
Good, I opened up Zoom trying to open this thing.
Yes, Zoom, my favorite.
It wasn't intentional, mind you.
Zoom, the thing we had to use for our things to fool you.
Yeah, charge. Yeah, must move at least 4 meters, plus 10 to weapon score to hit with a charge attack.
So that means that that can
You can
half
get it-
move and bonk.
Yeah, you can get into range of this guy and hit him with plus 10 to your weapon skill coop.
Alright. I'll move here. Just,
Smart, give yourself some breathing
Diego,
room.
I would like to say Ark did not sign up to fight chaos creatures today.
No one did.
I did. I signed up to kill something. Doesn't matter what.
Plus 10, so that's 8.
Ark's gonna be bringing out the fine fucking wine tonight, mates.
Power, field, and balance. Not a special. Alright. I shall roll then. I have to beat a 51? I think.
Plus
Alright.
10.
Hey!
Hey!
Your power sword cleaves through flesh fairly easily, because that's what power swords are built for. But you can see the flesh of the Chaos Spawn roil and writhe and bubble as it slowly starts to reform, very slowly.
Oh,
Alright,
Good.
that is 12 damage to the thing.
Reduced, but it seems pretty pissed.
Alright.
Or happy, or confused, or ecstatic. You can't tell. This thing is a living paradox of biology, and it does not make sense.
I believe
only
that's
thing
the end
that-
of my round.
Next up, Arc.
Ark. Okay, I'm assuming that I can, as, like, just free peek out from behind cover. 2, 3.
Yeah,
Ah, good. It's a perfect distance away for me to shoot it within normal range with my Inferno pistol. That's gonna be a half action to make a shot with the Inferno pistol.
yeah.
Given its size, what size is this thing, Diego? How big is it?
Pretty big.
How big is pretty big? Because you get bonuses to hit things if they're big.
You get the bonus.
What the bonus depends on how. Okay, all right. So, when you say big, do you mean like horse big, or do you mean like semi truck big?
Somewhere in between, closer to horse.
Closer to horse. Okay. Let me real quickly check the ruling on how much of a bonus that'd be, just for everyone who's shooting at range. Just because, pain. Anyway. Critical hits, no. Fire depressurization, that's not what I want. This is what I want. This is space travel. Where the fuck is combat? It's what, like 235? Here it is. Seriously, where is the, table? No. Okay, so yeah, it'd probably be a plus 10, I'm assuming then?
Yep.
It's about the size of a servitor, combat servitor.
Pretty much. It's a bit bigger than a servitor, actually.
Okay, yeah, but
Like you don't understand. This Chaos Spawn basically hatched out of his skeleton.
Yeah, yeah, okay. It's probably gonna be a plus 10 then, because I don't think it's approaching, Sentinel Walker territory. So,
No.
Did I ever
yeah,
get that
plus
bone?
10. Cool.
It's from ranged attacks. It's different than melee.
Yes. Alright, time to beat the shit out of this thing. Hopefully. I need a 57 or lower. That is a 7?
Nice.
Yikes.
Holy.
Yeah.
I get extra dice.
Nice.
Several pieces of extra dice, yes. Did anyone roll a nat 10 on damage?
No, not yet.
no.
I've done that before.
Yeah, but not in
today.
this session.
Yeah,
Not in this
Okay,
session,
so
no.
the Inferno pistol deals at base 2d10 plus 8 energy damage with 13 penetration.
Yes.
Given I have 4 degrees of success, that's 2 extra dice, so I'm going to be rolling 4d10 plus 8.
Yes.
Okay, there was extra slash, but that is 35 points of energy damage with 13 armor penetration.
You shoot, you score, you hit. It's pissed.
It's not dead yet. My god.
Hey, cool! I can shoot another one!
Go for it.
Bonk. Inferno pistol go brrrr. 44. I have 1 degree of success, which doesn't really matter, but hey, I still hit. 13 more energy damage. Also, I got a natural 10 in that roll before, Diego. For the previous shot.
Oh yeah.
So does this count as an Emperor's Fury attack?
Yes, you get an extra attack.
Okay, so I get to make 1 more. 13 more energy damage, still 13 points of penetration, and this is the last shot in my Inferno pistol clip. So I'm going to be switching weapons next round. 67, that unfortunately misses. However, I would like to spend 1 fate point to increase the number I need to hit by 10, meaning that I get 67 with a DC of 67, meaning I hit.
Yeah. Ark
Great.
is just... You're just mag dumping an Inferno pistol at this thing.
Yep. 13 more energy damage.
Still standing.
Cool! Ark pretty much just, like, twirls his Inferno pistol in one hand as he quick draws it and just fires out the entire clip in rapid succession. And then just kind of, basically blows the remaining smoke and, you know, like, just flame, and just kind of keeps it in his hand because he knows it's gonna burn the holster if he puts it back just right now. Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
That's terrifying. Love Ark for that.
The heretic in the other room
Oh, he's still
He's
alive.
still alive?
is flopping dead. Like he is on the verge of death, but he is struggling to fight a lone servo skull.
A single servo skull. Mr. Mido. I do have Mido's stats, by the way.
It's like, have you guys seen that episode of The Simpsons where Mr. Burns was fighting the baby?
No, unfortunately.
It's kind of like that. So they're equally matched essentially. Mido cannot assist in this combat encounter as it is fighting
It's okay.
a rapidly dying heretic.
Yeah, Mido isn't equipped with a gun. He's equipped with Nospecs instead. He has knives,
ZZ.
though.
Yes.
The warp is strong here. Using a navigator power may backfire.
Yeah, if there's too much warp, you can cause warp effects to happen, so maybe don't do that, Tam. Just... Tam,
Yes?
shoot! Tam, gun!
Tam gun.
Tam, gun!
That was the plan anyway, thank you very much.
Tam. I was thinking you were gonna light it on fire. That would have been really funny.
It would have been really funny. Also, Diego said that I was still tired from the lidless stairs, so I wasn't sure if I was allowed to yet.
Fair.
In theory, if there was not a lot of warp stuff going on, could I have?
Also,
Diego?
Diego, I have a question.
Yes.
How does this thing see?
He has way too many eyes in places that don't belong.
Okay.
Okay.
While ZZ with the GAT uses wild GAT attacks, the siege is super effective.
Let's see,
Can I
go.
shoot it? I want to shoot
Yes.
Bonk.
Burn it.
Plus 10 because of its big size.
Holy!
Oh, yeah, you make it.
Oh. Tam, how many degrees of success?
So, 51 to 14?
3. 1 extra dice, Tam, go.
Okay, cool.
One extra dice of damage, so.
Yep.
Diego,
Yo.
if I were to use my command ability, would that make that 14 into a 4?
You'd have to
it
pass the
increased the
command
D10.
check.
Oh, that is true.
Who to what now?
As a reaction, you can use your command skill to bolster Tam's attack so that it would be a 4 and not a 14.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Roll me a command check, just basic.
Alrighty.
Oh, yeah. Their commissar is in town, and hopefully he's going to be able to help ZZ go bonk.
I want to shoot something I haven't rolled a single time today.
Holy shit!
Holy shit, Will!
Wow.
Yo!
This man has a murder boner for the forces of Zinch.
Yes, he
Tam,
does.
roll your attack. Roll 3 damage dice, Tam.
Okay, cool.
Ooh.
Why are you not doing it? There it goes. Oh.
Tam, what's your armor
Medic.
penetration on that thing?
The 7.
Reduced, but the damage
Shit.
still lands.
Okay, 7. Ball. Tam, shoot it again!
Cadmium.
Can I
Yeah.
shoot again?
Oh yeah,
it's
you
a
can.
half-action
Never mind.
shoot.
Yeah, it is. I
Oh,
forgot.
That's true. I can shoot it again.
Just keep track of your Just keep track of how much bullets are in your clip.
Yeah, because I
40?
emptied my entire mag of my Inferno pistol.
40.
in one
I'm
round.
okay. I think 40 is okay.
I only have. Oh,
Yeah, no.
nice. Nice.
That's not happening.
That a miss?
Yeah, 69.
Yeah.
Nice. Your shot goes wide, unfortunately, but the Crocker's spawn whips around to see where you hit, and it whips back around back to you. And a lot of things moved in a way that does not seem natural.
I don't like that.
Like, its entire body seems to have jiggle physics and collision physics enabled at the same time, so it
I
just...
love that.
It is just... You're just looking at something that hates the laws of physics. Cadmium,
Me. I want to
Ooh.
shoot it.
pull out your Archaeotech pistol and blast it then.
I want to blast. Alright,
I will say very few things can take 35 energy damage plus even more in the same round and survive. This thing is terrifying.
I just barely make that. My ballistic skill's a 39.
Okay,
10.
then roll damage.
Let's see. I'm so excited to shoot something.
Roll damage, let's see.
12! I have
What's
a
the-
2 penetration.
Okay, do you shoot it again?
Yes.
Shoot.
Diego.
Okay, that just barely makes again. Wow.
Yes, Tam. Skid, rolled me damage. What do you want to ask?
8.
So you know the little poison ring that I've got?
Not gonna help.
Fuck.
No.
Okay.
The needlers are not going to help against this thing. It won't break. It won't pierce its
Hey.
skin.
How much damage?
8.
How do you want to do this?
How do I want? Yee. Oh, I need to look at this thing. I need to look at it. I want to shoot directly in its giant mouth.
It's pucker hole.
I want to shoot it directly in its pucker hole. Yeah. I want to shoot it directly in the pucker
looking
hole.
ass mouth.
Yeah.
So
Pussy
you look.
lips out here.
So you look straight at its brown eye of a mouth. Aim carefully with your Archaeotech pistol, passed down the generations of the Light family. Pull the trigger. No recoil is produced as a brilliant flash of energy goes streaking across the room, and it zips right past Grant's ear as he death stares the Chaos Spawn. Like, Grant, you don't even move to get out of the way of the shot because you have that much trust in your men. You hear the last bolt flying past your ear into the mouth of the Crocker Spawn and go out the other side of its head. As the creature violently convulses, shakes, gives a massive death roll like oh,
What was it?
and it's
Can Grant approach the body as it snuffles over?
it is still barely clinging on to life, and it slowly starts to get up, and you can see it regenerating from the wound.
Shit.
Grant, do you take the opportunity to execute Crocker Spawn?
Is that even a question, Diego?
A plasma pistol go burn!
Yeah, and as it happens, as I pull out my gun, as I look down at its body with contempt, let me turn my camera on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So, Why is my camera taking forever? Who cares?
Wait, the eyes look like goat eyes, by the way.
Yeah. So as I aim as I raise up my gun, Grant, he's gonna go. I don't know who you are. I don't really care. But but tell Zinch, send someone better next time as I fire.
You mag dump the Crocker spawn, dangerously close to the point of overheating your plasma pistol, but you stop. With the trained and iron discipline you learned in the battle against Chaos. You stop just before it explodes in your hand. And you see the life fade out of the Crocker spawn's eyes, as its flesh begins to melt and burn through the plasteel floor. At this point, you see the mutineers all rush towards Grant, and they immediately begin mag dumping the Chaos Spawn in response. Like, all of these men and women, who at one point were dead set on overthrowing you, all throw their weight behind you and start unloading stubbers and las pistols into the creature's corpse. At long last, the Crocker Spawn is dead.
Art kind of looks to Grant and just kind of, basically fully turns off all the stuff that was keeping him partially cloaked even during the fight. And just kind of, still holding his Inferno pistol in one hand, kind of looks to Grant. Way to take a bitch out, boss. Way to take a bitch out.
I would give you a high five right now, boss, if it weren't for the fact my hands are metal and would probably break all your bones in your hand. Oh yeah, speaking of breaking some bones, Caddy's gonna go into the room with the guy.
As Grant is gonna be walking back to Ark, he's gonna go. So, standing against Chaos is like a chore. So, but one must be completed nonetheless.
Can Cadium go to the room with the?
You see the heretic has slumped dead on the floor, completely motionless, and Mido just hovering over it menacingly.
Oh my goodness, great job, Mido. Sorry. that was in character, by the way.
The chaos machine still remains there, but you notice that the hose connecting it to the Promethium tanks it used as fuel have been conspicuously cut, as if by a small knife.
Like
oh my
knife?
Gosh, Mido!
Yay, Mido! Oh my goodness, good job, Mido! Yay!
Mido, ever stoic as ever, just hovers in place.
Good job, Mido. I'll have to give you some upgrades later. But first, I'm going to load this guy. I'm going to unload half of my clip into the body real quick.
You're just double checking, or double tapping.
Yeah, Cadium's going to basically unload half his clip into this guy. I feel he's allowed to. He's just gonna be like, "How dare you betray Mechanicus?"
Ark is going to
Bullshit.
contact the Vox casting system of the the broadcasting system of the ship. And just kind of mutters into it. Attention, everyone on deck. Everyone who's currently fighting for the man named Crocker, please, if you don't believe us, we will be sending out a broadcast in a second, but he was working for Zinch. Yes, the Chaos God, Zinch. We do have evidence as he turned himself into a chaos creature within the lower decks. The situation has been dealt with, but I suggest you put down your arms. Thank you, bye!
At this point, the Voxnet lights up with reports of surrendering mutineers, evidence of chaos activity, and you can hear Grunt just very vigorously start chanting the name of the Lord Captain.
Yippee!
Cadium.
Yeah.
You unload your Archaeotech pistol into his organic bits.
Yeah, I
There are-
want to steal his mechanical ones, obviously.
His his Mechanicus implants, sadly, are tainted by chaos. However, there are protocols for dealing with any technology infected with grap code, which is essentially a virus written by chaos itself.
How fun. Yeah,
You have-
Cadmium's going to cover up his hands.
There are protocols for ensuring that the scrap code does not infect other systems aboard the Mechanicus or ship. So at the very best, just shooting his fleshy bits is a good call. But the
Yeah.
mechanical bits need to be left alone until a properly ordained tech priest can exercise it properly.
I think it's really funny how Cadmium's a tech priest, but he's not properly ordained. That's amazing. Yeah,
There
Cadmium's
are-
he's just
there are
like a
protocols-
low cast up in the sky. And it's
He's
just
not-
like, yeah, yay.
Yeah, Cadmium is a properly ordained explorator, but not one fully trained to deal with heretics and scrap code.
Yeah, because if we really think about it, Cadmium's kind of a heretic himself, but
I
no one needs to know
I
about
feel
that.
like heretics is not a great name. I think we should call them prayertics.
I think heretics is actually really funny.
I was gonna call them Herapricks.
No, heretics, like the heretics of the
Tech,
tech
like
priests.
Adeptus
Yeah.
Mechanicus Tech Priest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
heretics.
Yeah,
For-
but,
for
I,
the
but I like
specifically
to
in
call,
the
but I
tech
wanna
priest.
call them Herapricks.
Okay,
No, but that's
well.
that's normal heretics. The heretics of the tech priests are heretics.
Anyway,
That's the
Heresy.
Art pretty much watches the Voxcaster
Yeah, heresy.
network light up. He pretty much looks back to Grant. Reports of surrender from the mutinists all around the ship. I think it's safe to assume that they won't be acting up again anytime soon. Consider your reputation greatly increased, Sir Commissar.
Former Commissar. I'm just a rogue trader now.
Just a rogue trader.
You see the mutineers flank you like a sort of honor guard, Captain Grant, and they all lay down their arms and salute you with the sign of the Aquila.
Mm-hmm.
They seem ready to submit to whatever judgment you have for them, but you can rest assured now knowing that whatever you have in store for them, they stayed loyal to what truly mattered in the end.
Mm-hmm. And then from there, he's going to turn to Ark. He's going to go tell the enforcers of those surrounding forces. Everyone needs to be body checked for any signs of corruption. Those discovered, so those discovered will be rallied and promptly dealt with.
All right. Ark pretty much turns on the Voxcaster network specifically to talk to the deacons and archdeacon of the ship, because I'm assuming they're the ones you want to talk to about this, Diego.
The Archdeacon has you've sent word to the Archdeacon, who informs you that there are protocols in place to
Okay.
cleanse
Yeah.
the ship.
He pretty much said, the Lord Captain is also ordering that you and your clergy please body check all of the mutinees just in case any of the rest of them have signs of chaos. I'm sure that's already built into protocol, however, orders are orders, and he wanted me to relay.
The Archdeacon sighs into the ear of Voxbid. I have lived many years, and the sad taint of chaos is everywhere. I shall do my best to cleanse the spirit and soul of this ship. I fear there may be pockets yet uncovered, but rest assured, the light of the God Emperor shall see it through. Our clergymen shall conduct our search per your instructions, Master Ark.
Thank you.
And those
Praise to the God Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
Praise be.
And then from there, Grant is going to turn to Ark. He's going to go. Those who are discovered shall be guided into an airlock. Those once discovered, let me know.
All right. Ark relays the order to basically eject all people who show signs of chaos into the vacuum of space to the Archdeacon.
Mm-hmm. As I look toward all the people right here, and I kind of go, if you have no markings, you have nothing to fear.
One of the men steps forward and he says, Lord Captain,
Yeah.
I've served a God Emperor faithfully for years, and I'll admit, Crocker's deal was too good to be true. But it was a choice we wanted to make ourselves willingly. But that talk of chaos! Most of us are decent men and women. We'd never sign up for that. My men are clean, I promise. We'll see to it that any who are hiding the marks be dealt with and submitted to the Lord Emperor's might.
Mm-hmm. And then from there, Grant just reaches inside his coat and he takes out 7 crimson canes. So, let's get back to the festivities, shall we? And so it's called what's the holiday called again?
Sanguinala.
And I go, Merry Sanguinala, as I basically hold up a cane for everyone to grab, as I basically holster my gun and I happily put all my hands behind my back as I walk toward the exit.
Ark kind of turns to one of the enforcers. Could you order for whatever the highest quality and highest alcohol content wine we have to be delivered promptly to my office tonight?
One of the enforcers nods and says, "The factotum has a fine stock, sure. I will see to it that your quarters are properly stocked for the evening."
Thank you. Ark pretty much just kind of goes to join Grant in leaving. With just a
Cadium
look
walks
on his
out-
face of like, if anyone pisses me off, they're getting a las pistol to the head.
Cadium walks out of the room, his las pistol just like smoking, and he's kind of just like, "Well, that was fun."
And so, Merry Sanguinalas.
Merry holiday.
Sanguinala.
I pour Ednada upon my space helmet.
What does ZZ do?
Probably just fall into step behind everyone.
Wait, well, so I want to say like ZZ's like in between like the exit and Grant, and as Grant is like walking toward the exit, he is going to open up his arm and basically kind of like side hug him in a way, and then he's gonna go and he goes, "I saw what you did earlier," and then I basically go and I just basically give him like a very like supportive shake of his shoulder. I kind of go, aren't you such a good little murder machine?"
They called me a pet. They weren't completely wrong, but I still had to die.
As Ark kind of walks past them, he kind of gives ZZ like a thumbs up. When you're not stealing and misplacing my documents, you're kind of fucking terrifying.
You know,
That's a good thing, by the way.
ZZ.
Yes?
I'll wait for Cadium to finish.
No, you go ahead. I'll go after.
Alrighty. You're not a pet. You, and as I basically give him another supportive shake, are the Emperor's finest.
With a lot of training left ahead of me.
And that's why you're here. I mean, what's better than hands-on experience? I'm sure Octus will love to hear about your little exploits today.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully, we can find that snake.
You didn't think he had any boy troubles, did you?
I mean, something like this doesn't come from warp mishap. If there were daemons on the ship, period, we could probably blame the navigators, but even so, it's never 100% it won't happen. That being said, corruption like this? Hell no.
You guys are also still in real space. This happened outside of the warp.
Yeah.
And kind of looks to Beck. Besides, we're not in the warp, and it's been a while. It's been a long enough time out of the warp that, if there were any daemons, we would have known long before now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Ark.
I guess.
Don't go into your office for a couple days.
Don't worry, I already have 2 of your Mechanicus agents on dismantling that.
They won't find all of them. Just so you know, a single loud bass boosted note is supposed to play every 5 minutes. Don't go into your office for a couple days. I'll take them down personally, because I would rather you not unload your entire clip directly into my skull. That's where the important bits are.
Yeah, I'll try not to, but currently my plan is to celebrate Sanguinala in a hangover-induced stupor. So I will see you all in about 24 to 48 hours. If you need
Just don't
me,
forget in your stupor to not go into your office.
trust me, I'll probably spend most of it passed out in my corners.
Wait,
Anyways.
before you do that, I would like to take a toast with everyone before you go on your drunk binge, if that's okay, Ark.
You're asking a lot of me, but sure, Lord Captain.
Up to the bridge?
Up to the bridge.
The bridge.
Alright, I'm now gonna go back to copyright-free Christmas music now.
Yay.
Copyright-free Christmas music!
How do you? What the fuck is copyright-free Christmas music?
It's just like Jingle
Copyright-free
Bells.
Christmas music!
How? What Christmas music is copyright-free?
Generic holiday bullshit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the stuff with
Sounds-
like 50 dead leaders.
Mm-hmm. On a side note, I just kind of mentioned this whole fight where just Grant just shoots the one bullet, and then he just stares the creature down as everyone else fucks it up, and then he goes in for the kill shot.
Ark's
Pretty
magnum
much.
opus of I'm too tired to deal with this shit and was promised the ability to get drunk in a couple hours, unloading an entire Inferno pistol clip in one fucking round.
Terrifying.
I cannot wait to just gush about the session once we're done.
Yes.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do before I wrap up the session?
No.
No.
Don't think
I'm
so.
good. Oh wait, can I have a bow for Christmas?
A what?
Like
Sanguinala!
Like a medieval bow.
Sanguinala!
There's probably
for
something like
Sanguinala, yeah.
there's probably something laying around. Yeah.
Could I have
Alright.
some cool goggles for Sanguinala? You know the funny ones with the night vision.
As we're
Find
as we're having this conversation up an elevator and we walk back into the thing, about that, as he basically walks out to the bridge, and then there's like a box, like a present for every one of you with the label on top of it. So,
Yeah.
and then from
Sweet.
there, Grant takes off the bow and he basically slaps it on your space helmet.
No, I mean like a bow.
Like a bow and arrow.
Bow and arrow.
Oh,
I don't know. Seems close enough, Lord Captain.
I want photo
Yeah.
visors or Prasen's goggle.
well, I don't really have photo visors, as I basically hand you like a small, like, what was it, a 1 foot by 6 inch box. And it's
Okay,
full of
twist
goggles.
open. It's full. Oh,
And then from there, as I reach to another part of my desk, I pull out a lovely brandy, and I hand it to Ark.
Hell yeah.
So with ZZ, I
Yes.
snap my fingers, and then from there,
Yes.
there is a highly decorative chair that's meant to provide back support and other such when you are navigating. In essence, making your job, essentially, I'm keep throwing away like a folding chair to give you essentially an office chair. And then for
Ooh.
Beck, I basically hand him a polish kit for his helmet.
Ah, neat.
Happy Sanguinalis.
Happy Sanguinala.
Now to find
Alice.
that snake.
happy Sanguinala.
As I begin to pour it out the drinks for everybody. Take it away, Diego.
Art can I just have one more moment, Will?
Go ahead.
Art kind of pulls out a folder and basically looks at a thing of paperwork. So that's what all this random shit was for.
I had to distract you with the Ogren purchases.
There are 15 goggles in this box.
Yeah.
I was wondering about this one, but given the vast amounts of hot chocolate, he kind of shrugs. This is more reasonable than that.
What kind of rogue trader would I be if I would ignore my lieutenants?
Y'all done?
I'm done.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
And so, the crew of the Velvet Glove flies through the starry night once again, as Sanguinala's joyous celebration comes to an end. Business as usual happens. The ship goes back to its usual steady rhythm. Tens of thousands of people go back to the lives that they once had. Fortunately, the Chaos Cult was not that widespread. In fact, there were barely a dozen crew members who were found to have marks of chaos all over them. All in all, replaceable.
But that doesn't bother
Many
me
of the-
flung out an airlock.
Yeah, the ship is lighter, yes, but life returns to normal. Many of the mutineers are given a second chance, however the Lord Captain sees fit, with many of them disavowing Crocker and his mad power schemes in favor of a humble life of service in the name of the Lord Captain and the God Emperor. However he chooses to punish the mutineers is how he sees fit. Shall be decided another time. But all in all, the mutiny comes to a swift and decisive end, and the ship continues its regularly charted course for planet Zaith. And when there we close, as the Velvet Glove sails to the sky and towards a planet glowing with war, as 12 bodies slowly drift in the vacuum of space behind it. But across space, through time itself, past roiling warp storms and blinking supernovae, a single, patient mind watches on. The mind is not Eldar, nor is it Strixus, nor is it Tyrannid or Necron or any other menace. The mind who watches is human. Not entirely human, but it was at one point. And it watches on with great interest. And he says, "You haven't changed a bit, Commissar. You've survived my little trick. Good. A little test, and you passed with flying colors. Daco Minor. What a fun time. But sadly for you, it was a fluke. What comes next is entirely on you. The sons of the Scarab live, and we will be the last things your empire sees before we burn all of the Imperium in warp fire." Happy Sanguinala, everybody!
Yay!
Happy Sanguinala!
Everyone say happy Sanguinala for the recording.
We already
Just
did.
did.
I know.